everyone. How are you all doing? It's so great to see you. We're back. We're back. Lorebeards is back on the menu, boys. And we're both like, holy shit, we're tired.
Yeah.
But GW demands, and we will answer. Nathan, how you doing?
Good. A little bit short on the voice, so guys, I'm going to sound like a country singer or blues singer for like the whole stream, just to let you guys know in advance. Like, I'm in pain. But yeah, this should be really, really fun. How are you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. I mean, hard not to be doing well with all the really awesome news coming out lately, but
yeah,
which we should hopefully have time to speak a little bit about after the show. But speaking of the Warhammer show, Nathan, what are they doing today?
It's all the mini games, so we're going to be seeing updates on Necromunda, which I'm really excited about, to be honest, because I've been thinking about jumping back in. A bit of Warcry, which we know the next band that they're going to show off is the full ones for the Hashut ones.
Oh, yes.
And
the humans of Hashut, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, and those they've got these swamp people or something.
Yeah, I've seen
cool.
like leaked images of them.
Yeah, like I'm quite excited. So it's going to be all mini games. There's obviously a rumor floating about, which we don't know if it's going to be now or in a later reveal. But I'm hoping it's now, because if it's not, I might fucking cry. Apparently my volume is low. Sotek's volume is too low. Give me just 1 second.
Sure.
I apologize.
The good old right click drag.
Yeah. There we go. We should be better now. It's been a while since I've streamed, so everything is just delicate.
I get you, dude. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Man, I haven't talked to you or chat in a hot minute. Dude, that Angron model? That's a good looking mini. That's a good looking mini.
Yeah. There's a theory floating about, actually, which might be good to discuss. Apparently, Angron's been ready for like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
what was the holdup?
Well, I don't know exactly what everything was, because I was reading something on Twitter, someone claiming to be an ex-staff member or something, and that was like yesterday or the day before. And they're like, oh no, it's been ready for a while, blah blah blah. I'm like, it kind of looks like an older style cast if you kind of look at the face and so on. I was like, I mean, it still looks good. It looks like a very buff fucking Bloodthirster though. Like, he hit the gym.
yeah, he absolutely did.
See those wings, man? He's got muscles on the muscles.
Yeah, well, like his wings look like they're actually doing work. They're not just those little. They're not just those little twigs. He's like, nah, you don't just need leg day. You need wing day too. Because we all know Angron would be a gym rat.
I am so excited for the idea of because like they're doing a full supplement, right? After, because we've got the White Dwarf supplement already for the World Eaters, but like a full book would be fucking cool, man. And then maybe, because they did say wait your turn, so it's not a flat out no. Empress Children.
Oh, they've got to at this point. Like,
I really hope so.
Where's Nathan streaming? He's streaming on Twitch, just like I am. So he would be twitch.tv/Great Book of Grudges.
I've become a Twitch e-boy.
Hey man, I like it.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's a lot more user friendly than YouTube, that's for sure.
Yeah, YouTube can die on fire. Is the green screen weird? Yes, because when we do it the way we're doing it now, which granted, I should probably find a more efficient way to do this kind of Lorebeard stuff. I have to use like basically my computer is creating a green screen behind me instead of actually using my real one. Because I can't have my camera on in 2 places. So instead of it being me normally, you're watching me on a Discord which Discord does not pick up my green screen, so it creates its own green screen, which is why it's all funky looking.
To be fair, it's a pretty good green screen for like it's like it's free unless like you want to put custom images on, but it's actually not bad.
Yeah. Okay, so but how are y'all, chat? How's everybody doing? Good to see you all. So Nathan, which campaign you thinking of doing first? How are you holding up over there right now with Immortal Empires?
I'm loving the news drops. I'm kind of considering, funny enough, Scarbrand, mainly because like in Realm of Chaos, like Corn is really good, and like now that he's in the south, like it might be really fun. It's not always demons, demons, demons. You know, at the very start, it's just like literally everything else. So you have a lot of enemy variety. But generally, I'm really curious about the Dark Elves. Like, I wanna see everything. I feel like I'm too spoiled for choice when it comes to all the reveals now. What about you? Like, you must be happy with the idea of like the lizard men being moved around so much and all that, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm that Oxiodal campaign looks really fun. Just going full Rambo in the Southern Chaos Wastes. It does look like a really good time.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Cetra is also looking really fun. Like the idea of being able to just play Cetra and it's just like it was when he originally woke up. Like he just wakes up, walks outside and just sees everything is burning around him. And he's just like, no, this is not happening. You know, they're gentrifying his neighborhood. He's had enough. But yeah, I am there are a lot of good looking campaigns, and like, you know, we still haven't got them all. We still got what, like another 5 days I think of reveals. But if y'all are in chat, feel free to let us know who you're like really wanting to gun for. Oh, so someone in chat's like, how is Nathan not saying Nakari? He's going with Scarbrand over Nakari.
I think it's because like I played a lot of like Nakari. I think
would you say you played an excessive amount of Nakari?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it got to the point, I think, during Realm of Chaos Early Access, I think I completed and painted the map with Nakari like 5 times. So it's like until they get some new goodies, I'm kind of slashed out at the moment. Though it will be one of the campaigns that I will stream because starting in Oath 1 seems like a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah.
Beelining straight for Tyrion is going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah, well, and like at least there's like a good number of obstacles in the way. Like you basically have to fight your way either through the gates or through like every single other faction on the island to get to them.
Yeah. Like, there's so much variety. I'm still a bit like, obviously it's a Lost-friendly start, but I'm not too sure about Kogath, because obviously that's where he gets ambushed by those jealous great unclean ones. But like, I just don't like the Dragon Isles as a start position in general.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm curious if they'll have changed it all. Because it like a lot of the map from Warhammer 1 and 2 looks like it's changed a fair bit. Like they're like islands that have been moved around and stuff. So it'll be interesting. But at the same time, I do kind of like Nurgle being on islands, because whenever I think Nurgle, I always think like he had a lot of plague fleets in the lore. Like he's weirdly like probably the most naval focused of the Dark Gods. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It does seem like a difficult start position. I will say that.
It's more of the case like AI never does well with the Dragon Isles. I've got time lapse videos during Mortal Empires, and Malice just barely moves out of them. And it's like I really hope that they fix that for Kogath, because that's going to be weird. Because if Malice couldn't do it, maybe Kogath can't do it either. And it just kind of makes me worried, because I want to see Nurgle expanding, especially from that location. Whilst we still don't have Chaos Dwarves, it's a great way to kind of fuck about with cafe a little bit too.
Oh yeah. Well, and it yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Especially I think he'll be pretty all right, but you know, we'll just kind of, because those plagues can be nasty when the AI is using them. The AI seems to be like weirdly efficient at getting plagues to spread and be like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can't though. Anytime I play on Realm of Chaos, I don't know why, but I just can't make plagues spread. I don't know if that's just me being incompetent or.
Well, I don't think it's like an incompetence issue as much as like it's you have to do like, I think the game really kind of forces you to do really specific things in order for the plagues to spread really, really well. And it also is kind of like you have to be bombarding everything around you with new plagues constantly. Which I don't think the system explains very well. Like the game almost tries to make it feel like, oh, you like make a really cool plague and then watch it spread everywhere, and that's not really what's going to happen. Instead, it's more like, no, you need to be having like a plague going on every single thing you own every single turn. That way there's a chance it can spread. And it's just like yeah. I just don't think it explains itself super well.
Yeah, it's I think the didn't they in 1.3 nerf the plagues a bit too.
They did. But I don't know if it's going to affect the AI as much as it will just for the players. But some of the changes I thought were okay. The only change I wasn't, because they made it where the plague that's base is to just cause attrition and make you move slower. They made it where it only it's naturally will only last for 2 turns instead of 3 turns, which I thought was fine. The only one I was not a fan of is they changed the ingredient plague, or like the upgrade, so that instead of making it where you can make any plague cause attrition, they've made it where instead it just makes the attrition damage that you take more significant. But the only thing I don't like about that is I feel like it kind of pigeonholes a lot of, it's gonna like pigeonhole players into only picking the plague that causes attrition. Instead of being like, once I've unlocked enough bonuses, like even if they made it where it was one of like the hard ones to get, like the tier 3, I don't know, I feel like there should be a sub option that still allows you to make any disease cause attrition, because I don't think it's that bad. But but, oh yeah, Border Prince Scrag, a lot of people in chat are like, so funny.
That was fucking weird, wasn't it? Scrag moving there.
Yeah, I like it. I thought it was a good way to like kind of keep him close to the Southern Gray Mountains, so he can get to Gristle Valley without putting him there, because the Southern Gray Mountains was a death trap. We all know it. I'm so glad Skarsnik's not there anymore. But yeah, Scrag being there was so funny. I got so much memeage out of being like, oh look, we finally got a Border Prince character, and it's just Scrag like eating people.
Hold that thought. It's starting.
Yep, it's starting. Okay, so we're gonna. It's probably just gonna be them rambling about some stuff for a bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring them over on this screen.
Baby show my age. I can't remember that far back, so I couldn't.
Oh, they've got. Okay, wow, Wade looks really different. When did he grow that beard?
I think he had a bit of a style change after he got married and stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. He looks like a late 30s hipster, or like young dad now.
I bet that, like, I've got them muted right now because it's just the usual flaff. Like, I bet they're just talking about how much they've painted that Horus Heresy box, because I follow Adam on Twitter, and he's been going full ham on it.
Yeah,
it's
Adam's
a good
great.
box though.
Yeah, I love Adam. But yeah, it's a pretty sizable. Yeah, how'd you like the Horus Heresy drop?
I think it's really good. I got myself a box. I was gonna get 2, but I was like, I can wait. The casts are just beautiful. I think that they did a really good job. I've not managed to play a game yet, unfortunately. I've been kind of busy with some other matters. But like from everyone that I've been speaking to, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's really fun. It still has that feeling of like 7th edition 40K. It's a bit updated, but it's still got that look and feel." It's like, "Oh, that's fucking cool," you know? I'm
Yep.
I- I'm I'm just thinking like if this drop is this good, it's going to be very good for Old World. If they just replicate that a little bit, like holy shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's kind of one of those things that every once in a while it kind of feels like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fantasy's not happening, and then you kind of look and go, oh wait, no, no, they did talk about it. How long has it been since the last reveal? It was like 4 months ago, right? 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, 4 months. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
It's about that time for them to talk about it again. But
Someone from Jib is in the is watching the proper stream for them.
so your neighbor.
Yeah.
How many people live in Gibraltar?
34K, I think.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I expected you to stop after you said 4. Just 34. that's
The most impressive thing, it's like we are 3 miles squared, more or less.
3 miles. Damn.
Yeah, and a large portion of that is literally the rocks, so like that's uninhabited. They really like to take their fucking time, don't
Oh yeah,
they?
they do. Like, listen, I appreciate GW, but I think they have some of the most like poorly time spaced live streams of anything I've ever watched, because they're just like, how do we take 4 reveals and stretch that into an hour?
Yeah.
It's like, dear Lord, guys. But
Why are they explaining what a mini game is?
because, you know, clearly there are people who would somehow accidentally stumble onto a Warhammer TV stream. Somehow.
It's like, it's not normal scale Warhammer. It's like, yes, that's a mini game. It's the literal definition of a mini game. It's a smaller scale.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them up here until they're actually showing stuff. So for the old world, when it comes back, who do you think is going to be the next reveal, like the next article? Because we've still got dwarfs. We still haven't seen Skaven or greenskins. Have they done any of the bad guy races yet? I think it's all been order races so far.
So far, yeah. They might do greenskins next, because they hinted and they've spoken a lot about greenskins in like almost every article. But that's obviously because they kind of like engulf the world, don't they? But I don't know. It's really strange. Like going straight to cafe was kind of like left field, because obviously they'd gone.
That threw me off.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. It was just like, oh, okay.
I mean, it's nice that they at least confirmed the Hobgoblin Incarnate is still a thing, though. So like that for me is like, okay, you know, fair enough. But they showed us stuff which we already knew. Like they announced cafe, and it was like, yeah, but you kind of did anyway when cafe was announced for Warhammer 3, because you had loads of fucking artwork with the old world logo instead of the Warhammer 3 logo. So we already knew.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm kind of with you. I don't know. Like, I feel like if they're gonna try and get all the order factions out of the way, I feel like it's gonna be dwarfs, because I feel like I think that's the only one that's really left that they wouldn't be going further afield. I mean, they could do high elves next, but they'd have to, chuck us over to Ulthuan.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe because of course, that's all assuming that they're not trying to like correlate it with Total War in some way, because I could see them maybe doing Warriors of Chaos if they're gonna do it like this month or next month, to go along with the DLC that the Champions DLC, which is such a, and they've it's not them and their puns, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, I will say at least Total War doesn't leak like GW does. Like at least like we kind of know what it's about, but we don't know everything about it. Unlike if it was GW, we would already have it.
Oh yeah. I mean, anytime CA leaks, it's purely by accident. I'm pretty certain that the GW leaks are fucking on purpose.
I think they are too, because how could they all be potato camera, right? Like in this day and age, if someone was actually leaking, those would be high quality shots. They would not be those weird potato cameras. Because where would you even get a potato camera these days?
It is odd. It is honestly so odd. And like they're all even potato camera, but like they're all the same quality, right? Like it's all
it's like the same phone. Like it's or more realistically, it's the same artifacting process. Like someone is taking an image and putting it through a process to make it look that way.
It is so odd. But like it's weird because like just announce it. Like we know you guys are like ahead of schedule, so just announce it and don't make us wait. And just because they get pissed off when people do like, oh, this was leaked videos. It's like, but it was leaked, and then you're gonna make the article a few hours later. Anyway,
yeah, like the article's ready to go immediately. Doesn't need any adjustments. It's like. That's a little suspicious. Like, I totally believe that the army books have been leaking. Yeah, those I believe. but like the images of like characters and stuff. Nah. I think that's on purpose.
Definitely, like 100%. They've been live for like 10 minutes and still no reveals.
I know, man. They got a lot of people watching though. They got like 16,000 people watching. Holy crap!
Nice. The mini games are popular.
All right, so let's just tell chat what's the minigame we're hoping to see, Nathan. We might as well just Mordheim, man. Please. I'm not I can't let my heart believe it because I'm just not ready for it to be broken, but like a Mordheim announcement would be it'd be so good. It would be so good.
I'm so desperate. I'm so desperate for Mordheim.
I know, like Warcry is just not the same, dude.
It's like it's fun, but it's not our grim, dark, fucking weird ass city with all these mutants and all that.
Yeah, well, it's like I can't like make my own. I can't like customize my troops and like hire. Like I don't know, it's just not the same like RPG level experience. It's just a pure tactics game, which is not what I want.
Yeah. It is so odd, but like I mean, we've got some cool shit. Like I'm excited for Necromunda. It's likely going to be more Ash Waste though, and hopefully we just get some good stuff overall because they started adding some old school stuff. Oh, here we go.
Oh. This looks spacey.
No, this is Sigmar, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is AOS. That's the realm of beasts. What? I'm assuming this is the new warbands for Warcry. Oh, this is actually like a nice trailer.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Oh, they killed the dinosaurs. Seraphon are dead. Seraphon discontinued. What the hell is going on? Did that meteor bring alien meat plants?
What? This is weird.
Dude, these are like... Okay. It's the swamp faction. Yeah. Okay, so this is Warcry. They're in like a meat jungle.
Yeah.
There's the Sons of Hashut. Which is such a stupid faction. How are you gonna bring back Hashut for the first time in like 10 years and give him human followers? Ugh. I do like the minis though.
Those swamp dudes are fucking cool.
Yeah, they look really, really good. Dude, that jungle they're fighting in looks disgusting.
In the heart of Gur, Wade, what is?
Ooh, it's a proper expansion box.
Yeah, it's a
New edition.
Yeah, which is good because Warcry needed a new edition.
Anyone familiar with Warcry, which had
Yeah, dude, the Swamp Guys look really good, and I like that the Swamp Guys, if I recall correctly, they're an Order faction. They're not Chaos.
moved setting to the
Really?
If I remember right, yes, because the whole idea with this Warcry edition is that it's no longer purely about Chaos anymore.
and what is going down in Gur. Right at the very beginning, we saw the kind of.
Does that mean Chorfs get humans now? They at least have human cultists, absolutely.
It's very cool, and I think one of the legends that is spoken of Gur is.
Oh, the Swamp Guys are Nurgle aligned? Oh, are they? I thought they said they were gonna be free cities, but maybe I'm stupid.
Kill or be killed is the law of the beasts in Gur, but even the moons of Gur have taken a bite from the realm itself. One of the moons, legends say, has been eaten. One of the moons has had a bite taken out of it, Gnawl half eaten, and you could see a big chunk missing from one of those moons. But something has crashed. Something came crashing down into the Gnarlwood, which has been referenced and mentioned in Warhammer.
Oh, okay. So this edition starts with Chaos, but it will expand to have new groups later.
And Gallat, which is where a lot of the attention.
That terrain is
yeah,
gorgeous.
Yeah, because these guys they're showing off don't look like the mini that I saw from the Free Cities group.
Taking the Warcry experience.
That's a really nice set.
Yeah.
Terrain set.
And that is what you can expect to find.
You know what I've actually been doing? I've been buying the Warcry boxes, and I've been using the terrain for my Mordheim stuff.
I knew exactly what you were about to say.
So if you are brand new to it, then
I mean, it just fits so well, doesn't it? Like the one that they had of the city itself, you know, with all the with the watchtower and the bell tower, sorry, and all that. Like it was amazing.
Increase your collection. Warcry's pretty
Yep.
popular among the sort of Warcom team and the
Show the
Warhammer team,
minis!
isn't it?
Yep, Chris Peach is running a Warcry league in our office at the moment. He's drummed up some more support. His enthusiasm is as infectious as whatever is on the legs of these Rotmire Creed Warband members.
Oh wow!
Oh boy!
Way.
Look at the state of these. So this is one
Dude.
of the new warbands in the box. These are some of the natives to the Gnarlwood, the Rotmire Creed.
That is a
So cool.
those are some good looking Nurgle worshippers.
They are,
Oh yeah,
I love the leader with the triple-eyed toad.
They worship
so
the,
cool.
The
Rotmire Creed. They look
And their
fantastic.
whole goal is they sort of
That's-
scouring for the perfect
wow,
pestilence,
like-
right? And you can see that some of them have definitely found some pestilences. The sort of separating
Wonder how big they
pustules
are.
and legions and things on their legs.
They're probably Marauder size.
No, that's why some of them.
Oh, I hope so, because I was thinking about my cult of possessed.
Yeah.
Out of the mire.
Yeah, I think so. Because we're talking this morning when I was moving some stuff around in my garden this morning, a centipede was dislodged, and that was just a centipede in Nottingham, which is a pretty grim, dark place. The centipedes in the Gur.
Rosgob, don't size shame Nurgle followers. Nurgle can have famished and thin followers. They don't all need to be bloated and fat. Be more accepting of more body types under Nurgle's father tutelage.
I've got to give a shout out to a comment in the chat which has put a perspective on a thing I've not seen. Somebody said, "Love the hands-free panpipes." If you look at the guy,
I
on the
am
right, you ever seen
really
that
curious
man
about these boxes.
He does look like
Oh, I love these guys. They look great.
Panpipes. There's so much going on with these. They're
Oh wow!
Oh!
half of the warband as you would expect
wow.
with a.
Oh wow!
I love this. Dude, that guy with the net looks so good. That
things I
skull
like
looks
are
amazing.
Their goal is to find this perfect pestilence. And
Those
then
shields are so fucking cool.
expands into a fetid pestilential swamp.
Oh my
So they've got
god!
trappings
I love the
these
weapons.
weird sort
The
of
like all the bone.
whatever it is on the shoulders of the one on the right hand side.
This is the best looking warband we've had in ages.
Very savage aspect to them, loads of bones and.
The guy with the net clearly is like the fanciest dude because he's the only person in the faction that has boots or shoes.
The one in the middle, his feet are literally.
These are
spilling
so
out through
fucking
the boots.
cool, man.
And yeah, maggots out of the right boot, toes out of the left boot. And it's another expression of what we saw in the very original launch of Warcry, that kind of worshippers, human worshippers of chaos at the ground level in the mortal realms, but who don't necessarily know the chaos gods by the same names we, who are educated and own books, know them by. They don't necessarily know the names of the great Chaos
I
Gods of the
really like
Pantheon.
this.
They're just trying to get by. They're just normal men, innocent men, just trying to get by in a world that's been ravaged by the Chaos Gods. They've survived the Age of Chaos through whatever means, and this is just normal to them. This is just life, surviving the Gnarlwood. So people were asking in the chat, I saw, are they Nurgle aligned? We would probably see some fairly Nurgle-esque qualities to them, but they don't necessarily know that name because they're worshipping.
Can we jump back to the previous slide just for a second, Raph? So the one in the centre is the Witherlord, which is the
Witherlord.
Warband. And I think the thing that's key to point out there is that he made.
What is his
sort of
weapon?
the
It's
one
like
in
a
charge, he's got this unique
syringe punch
weapon,
dagger.
and a collection of like all pots and vials and things, and he's even got like a weird drooling, poisonous-looking frog sat on his shoulder. The heavy, pardon the expression, if we go back to the second thing now, in the middle you have the bloated one, and he has a lot in common with the things you'd expect to see maybe from the Maggotkin.
Yep.
The bloated one.
Sort of bloated skin, and also I don't know the answer to this, whether or not the claws, almost crab-like in shape, that are sort of
he kind of looks like one of the putrid Blightkins.
Very early along the transformation process.
Worshipping this Lord Leech.
I'm a big fan of this. I think this is really good looking.
To spill out. Yep.
Yeah, I also really like the hood on the guy in the top right. Like that's a really classic appearance. Though usually obviously we're used to seeing it in like a rusted helmet instead of a cloak hood.
Yeah.
Intelligent people. We've read some books. We've seen some things, and we can draw those.
Is this Lorebeards?
comparisons,
Yes. But they're showing off minis, so we have the minis pulled up instead of our beautiful faces.
They do not come alone. We previewed these a little bit before.
Yeah, I think we've seen all these guys in the past.
Yeah, but they got leaked.
Yeah.
What's their deal?
Burn it all down.
So much
Burn
metal.
It all down.
So
Thing
much
is-
metal.
I love the armor,
So the hash
but
the father
if
of dark
they were
forces
Chaos Dwarves with this armor, this would be better.
down. So Hashut.
Yeah, I really like the helmets, I will say.
From the world that
Yeah.
was. This was a god.
Like,
worshipped
it is
by
really, I like the
chaotic
prong
warriors
is just,
worshipped
that
by
weapon is fucking awesome, man. Like,
forges and
Well,
demonic
these guys need to
artifices.
give the Lumineth Realm Lords tutorials on how to have good-looking helmets.
yes.
Demonic creature.
I can't wait to paint these guys because I am really happy about
Skaven
this.
has definitely joined the Chaos Pantheon. We haven't seen a space reserved for Hashut. That opens up kind of interesting questions about the nature of divinity and godhood in the mortal realms. If you're suitably
Wade,
talented,
we all know the Chaos Dwarf army book for Age of Sigmar is ready. Just fucking talk about it.
Names
Yeah.
echoing
No, they don't even have to talk about it. Just release it. It's fine.
Yeah. like we know the line is ready because there was that fucking rogue employee who left, and it's like, yeah, that's done, and it's been done a while back. It's like, why are you guys so behind on releases?
The thing to point out
Because it wouldn't be GW if they weren't horribly behind on like all the things.
Oh yeah, they're definitely like 2 years back, but they were 2 years back prior to COVID, so they can't blame COVID.
Yeah. I love that fire bellows. That thing cracks me up so much.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a like goofy like marauder attempt at making a flamethrower. That just cracks me up.
They're the ones who, like, their life's devotion is to keep.
I'm very curious as to why they have massive nipple rings.
Down trees to, like, fuel the forges or
Because Hashit says you must have rings everywhere you can have a ring. And yes, I mean everywhere.
They're a bit too big though.
It's pretty
Like,
Nonsense.
they are comically big.
More metal.
when you're talking to the ones wearing the bull helmets.
My eyes are up here, above my actual eyes. Look up there.
That helmet is
Yeah,
fucking
they're,
cool though.
definitely-
Yeah, the helmets are great. The helmets are easily my
Yeah.
favorite
And
part.
The names of the individual warband members.
Like I like the grating
Ruinate.
faceplate.
Definitely.
And then the
names
bullhead.
you're in for if you're going to tussle and tangle with them. But yeah, all of
I'm
the
gonna move
existing
them out of the way
Warcry
so we can have our
warbands are very much
pretty
welcome
faces
to
on here
come
until we get to the
party
next
in the
reveal.
game.
But
Ooh, that's a rain.
Playing Warcry, but this box set is
yeah,
gonna be a great
it is nice. It's very, very nice. There's a lot of like bone theming for this edition, which is really cool. I mean, it is Gur, so that makes sense.
I
But,
can't wait to have this and add it to like my outer city because I'm working on a 4x4 board for Mordheim, and this is going to give me like a little bit of a forest at the end. So I think that's going to be quite cool to have this there too. That's fucking awesome.
Jewels in high places. The thing on the left, we spent some skull is a watchtower.
Trying to decide if I want to get into Warcry this year or not.
I've no idea.
Because like I do, but I feel like if I'm gonna get into it, I want to get one of the actual warbands instead of playing like one of the tabletop armies.
To see that the miniatures team
It's like I'm a big fan of Warcry, but like I'm more interested in it because of the minis. Like not so much the game.
Yeah.
It's just so pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I use the I buy as often as I can. I try and pick up the Serpent's Fangs warband because I use all the snakes from that kit for my Seraphon minis because there's so many snakes in that set.
Yeah.
Like my Tehenwin model, literally, my Tehenwin model has been green stuffed and moved and stuff. So like he's raising his arm, and there's a snake literally like slithering off his arm to attack someone. Like he's launching off of his arm. Literally got that from that set. Because for some fucking reason, everybody's got snakes in AOS. It's no longer a Lizardman thing. Morathi's got fucking snakes. Slanesh has got fucking snakes. Well, granted, Slanesh has had snake stuff for a long time, but like, you got random ass little chaos guys that got snakes. There's a Savage Orc sub-faction that's got snakes. It's like, they're stealing my shit, man. They're appropriating my culture.
This is
So a few questions in the chat that I might be able to answer. The first was, it's not a gas sort of projector, the weapon that the Hashut worshipper was carrying. It is a flame hurler. Next, what's different about this setting in terms of the rules? Well, the rules have been updated. Manuals that come in the box.
Core rulebook. Wonder how expensive it's gonna be. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this box, so it's probably like it's gonna be at least $100.
yeah. I think the last box was what, like 120?
I'm not sure it is.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's worth it for simply the amount of terrain.
available separately. I really
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe sometime, but obviously the first place.
Can I turn up the video volume a bit, please? Do you mean for the live stream? In which case, no. Because if you want to just listen to them talk, you can open them in a separate tab on yourself. You're a big boy.
15 minutes and we're not even done.
200 euros? God, it better not be.
This is an
Oof.
That is not worth 200 euros.
yeah, and I think this sort of shot.
Wow.
Is that sort of very close and frightening feel that you were talking about, where everything is dangerous.
Those bridges actually connect.
That we can see playing out in
Yeah, it looks like it.
the idea that you're never quite.
That's really nice. Like anytime they add in terrain that like is really well designed to, that's clever. That looks really good. That looks really good.
Developed and becoming the dedicated skirmish engine for games in the Mortal Realms.
I like those bridges.
Expansion of that, furthering that, taking the Warcry experience into literally the heart of Gur. It's written on the box.
How much for painted models? Depends on where you live and if you know a painter. If you know a painter that lives close to you, you could probably get them not like, depending on the amount of minis. Like if for that set, like if you got one of the warbands done, you could probably get like a painter you know to do it for like $100. But like for like the terrain and both warbands, you know, you're probably looking at like $300, $400, depending on where you live and like what the rates are. But you know, you have to find someone near you that you can like talk or negotiate with. I'm gonna
Ooh, second reveal.
Oh, Necromunda.
Nice.
This looks like the Mad Max faction.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Goliath. Okay. So they're like,
Yeah.
okay, so they're like bringing back the old warbands, or I guess just adding new minis to them to make them. Work.
Yeah. Well, wow.
House of Games.
That is a beefy bike.
You've had a lovely
or off-roader. Like, I don't I don't know how to describe this thing.
That's fucking cool. Wow.
Get their money, and now we're starting to see how some of the other houses might have their representatives out there. I think in the Ash Wastes supplement and the
Chunky Mini.
we've seen that outside of the hives, all of those major houses still like to maintain a presence. There's anywhere there's an opportunity to flex essentially and assert.
Looks awfully painful to paint. I mean, it don't look too bad.
This should actually be one of the easier bikes to do, to be honest.
Particular style. So this is a dedicated, unique vehicle for House Goliath. Everything about it is pretty Goliathy, really. And I've seen plenty
Orc players are gonna love this thing. Oh yeah, orcifying this would not be hard.
Oh yeah.
It's most of the way there already on its own.
Orc, Chaos, Champion, Chaplain, whatever the...
Flesh Terror's Chaplain bike coming up. And I think that's been part of the...
I like his head gear blade thing.
Thing is, for me, I'm not a big fan of House Goliath. I'm more of a House Escher guy. So it's one of those, like, I just want more stuff for Escher.
Which one is House Escher? Like theming wise?
The blue boys with the lots of guns.
Okay.
Absolutely can. And maybe with some sort of orc war bikes tinkered up a little bit with the Goliath bits, because I think the release of the plastic bits into
I always wanted like a proper Gene Stealer cult Necromunda faction.
I mean, it's not out of the question either, considering that like even squats randomly appear there. You know.
It's very true. Very true.
This kit comes with more heads, more hairdos. I think Raf's got an alternative for us as well.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So there's that. Okay, that's a cool alternate where it's just got like the giant fuck you tire.
I actually like this version more, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I preferred the big wheeler as opposed to the like turbine looking thing.
Stick a little speaker on it and have Born to Be Wild playing on. This is really pretty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone in chat's like, it looks like the Batman bike from the movies with that giant ass wheel. Yeah.
So more information on exactly what it does in the game and all those things will be forthcoming as we get closer to its release. Suffice it to say that it lacks the agility of the all-up ones, but it makes up for it in just brute.
Hopefully that's not the only Necromunda reveal. I was kind of expecting them to show off an entire warband.
Yeah, it's not a muscle car per se, but it's definitely got an amount of muscle to it, and it's a great expression of, as we're saying, what each of the houses would look to have out on the roads to assert itself and assert its dominance and represent itself. And it will start, I am sure, to have people imagining what their particular children might have out in the Ash Wastes. I think it's a great statement for collectors of all of the different Necromunda.
I hope they're not only showing one mini for Necromunda, man. That would be a really disappointing thing.
I wouldn't put it past them, but I also hope that is not the case.
Yeah, the way they're faffing about kind of makes me feel we're only seeing one mini.
Yeah,
despite the fact that the trailer had...
Now, right? Yeah.
Ash Waste is out. But the trailer had a squat head.
Oh yeah, didn't they reveal like a squat faction not that long ago for
squat should be out now. Squat should be out now, yeah, for Necromunda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they're like actual squats, not League of Votan. They're just squats.
Yes, they're the squats.
Yeah, Ironheads. That's right. Yeah.
Whilst your taste in bikes may be questionable, your taste in puns is amazing.
Speaking of League of Votan, I wonder when they're supposed to come out because they have been milking that.
I'm expecting fourth quarter, to be honest.
The fuel prices on Necromunda are obviously more stable than the rest of the world right now.
Yes, and we were talking when we were taking a look at this stuff before we went live. We were talking about tanks in the real world have to.
Out of all respect for GW, right? But like, this is something that just really pisses me off about these reveals. It's one reveal, 15 minutes of faff, then another reveal, 15 minutes of faff. It's like, bro, you have enough. Just
either
Show it.
or the wheel or the big buzzsaw blades that you could have in place of the big fat wheel at the front.
And the reason that the biggest boss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the
Oh,
goal
look, someone called them out for it.
the goal should be to like, hey, like we have X amount of reveals, like we're gonna just like, oh, hold on, they interrupted me.
Ooh.
Hey, wow, okay, so that's the only Necromunda reveal.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, is that finally a Free Cities group? Yo! We finally got a Free Cities whatever they're called.
Haskell, nice.
Oh, we got a Witch Hunter. Dude, look at that pistol. I think we got hounds.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh, we finally got a proper Hexbane's Hunters. Yo, there we go. That's a good Free Cities group. We've been waiting for human Free City. Dude, they would be perfect in Mordheim. Look at those guys.
No, instantly.
I like the person that looks like a freaking founding father or founding mother over there with her wig, like her. She's got that wig. Look, dude, those hounds look so. Oh, I love this warband. You got,
Not
like,
gonna lie, I saw the big guy with the axe, and I thought that was a Dark Soul from the Cult of the Possessed.
Yeah. Nah, he's just a dude that's seen some shit. Oh, I love
fucking crossbow. Wow.
Yeah, dude, the bounty hunter guy with the face mask. Dude, these look so good. Oh, look at that gun the woman's got. Like, it's like a 4-barrel. It's like a Hellblaster volley pistol. Because it's got a 4-shot barrel.
Oh, look, he's literally just mentioned Mordheim.
Pit dogs when there's witches or vampires.
Release the Mordheim game.
Underworld nastiness that you don't necessarily.
This is a good looking warband. I like this.
That's fantastic. Haskell looks really fucking good too. Are they scaled up a lot from?
No,
like,
no, they're the exact same. Like, because you're gonna be able to use them in AOS. So these guys are gonna be. I would think that they're probably gonna be 25 mil sized. At worst, they'll be 24. Though the big guy looks like he's a little bigger.
Yeah, no, because I'm thinking about if I can fit Haskell on a 20 mil square.
I'm sure you'll be able to. It might be a little bit of a squeeze because of their pose, but I bet you could fit them.
Because, like,
to me really appeals to
he looks really good. That is a great looking Witch Hunter.
Yeah, because these are absolutely going to be normal human-sized minis. Oh, look, yeah, he's got a bomb on his crossbow. That's so silly looking. Dude, it's even got a fuse. That man's got to light that fuse, time it, and then shoot it. That is hilarious. I love the way that looks. That is such an impractical weapon. That's beautiful.
I'm not too keen on the dogs' faces. I don't know.
I think it's the paint job. Like,
yeah,
the paint job doesn't go into the recesses that well, so it looks a little funky.
Yeah,
especially because one of them looks like he's got a missing eye. But like they painted it weird. Like, I don't know. I think it's the paint job on the dogs that looks funny.
I think that the possibilities are endless. Yep. Let's not forget, however, you could also use.
So, how long until everyone starts painting the woman as Princess Leia?
Fragile, aggro. If you are a Warhammer Underworlds aficionado,
Pretty good stats.
Who is just I would describe myself as
3/13. Oh, he's got one shield. Okay. How does he? After this, friendly hunter is dealt damage that would take them out of action.
Yes.
Wait, what? After this after a friendly hunter is dealt damage that would take them out of action.
Who is the leader?
Give this fighter one upgrade from your hand or remove one charger. Whoa! Okay, so it's like if somebody from his warband potentially dies, he gets to like he gets to go kind of ape shit. That's really cool.
Kill his friends, like human friends.
It's pretty good, yeah.
He gets better.
Are they only going to show these guys though? That's a shame. I'd love to see who they're up against.
He doesn't get the bonus from dogs.
Yeah. Well, usually for Nether Maze, now that it's out, they're probably not up against anyone. It's probably just a solo release.
Really fun.
Because we're past the point of versus boxes.
Talk about Amos Duncarrow.
It's a shame though, because those for me, I kind of like the idea of versus boxes. I feel like you get a lot more from it.
Yeah, but it'll probably be like a $20 box. Like they're pretty cheap.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, quite. And he's got
I do
some
like
others,
it
so,
though.
yeah,
I
it
think
feels
it's
slightly
like
safer.
Yeah, because so
think
far
it's-
for Nether Maze, we have the starter factions, which was the Oryx and the Sigmarites, or the Space Marines, Sigmarines, and then we've got we got the Ogre Pirate, the Ogre Maneater Pirate and his pirate crew. We got
Skaven.
the Clan Eshin Skaven. We got the Frankenstein zombies with the no-face necromancer, and then we got these guys now.
It does 2 damage each time it hits, which is great.
In general, like it is very, very good. I'm
Rat Spike on the left.
the big boy. He's becoming my new Dark Soul.
My father in chat says that dog on the right is making the same face as Karl Franz does in the Immortal Empires trailer.
The whole warband, including each other.
I reckon I know how Grotbiter got its name. There's, plenty of
Yeah,
Grotbiter
that was a great reveal. I'm really happy with that.
cut. Big fan of that.
Rat Spike is a reference.
Yeah, no, like it's generally like they're good reveals, but we're literally almost at the end of it, and we've seen nothing.
Oh yeah, no, like what was this worth a live show? Not yet. Currently not. Currently no. But who knows? They could, one last thing.
Yeah, I mean, what's the next game that we haven't seen anything about? Because they've done 3 now. Oh, Blood Bowl, yeah.
And based on the icon, it's probably Amazon's.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I'm all down for an Amazon's reveal because I would love to see how they've been glowed up.
Isn't there like, or did it already come out? Because there was a mini game to Blood Bowl. Wasn't it Blood Bowl Dungeons or something?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like it's Blood Bowl, but you're fighting for like you're not scoring touchdowns. Instead, you're like fighting for objectives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
come out
actually
already
really want to
then?
get that game. I haven't gotten around to that.
I haven't played Blood Bowl in fucking ages, man. And it's a shame because like the teams always look so good.
Yeah, I want to play really bad. Like I really need to call up a painter friend of mine and get the Blood Bowl team done in my colors because like the lizardmen look fantastic. Like I love the way the lizardmen look. The only thing that kind of sucks is the Croxgore is Forge World.
Yeah. It's
Maybe time for a bit of blood.
I hate when stuff goes to Forge World. It's always so annoying.
Here we go.
Oh,
Blood Bowl! Snake! Oh, dude, they look.
Ooh.
Oh, show me. They look like they're amazing. Show me. I don't need the art. I need the minis. Oh, they thick. Oh, they thick. Dude, look. Oh, look at this snake. It's so cute. Dude, did I just find my Tanuan? Oh, look. They got multiple snakes. The halftime
music's
sacrifice.
fucking good.
Oh, look at all the snakes. Oh, shit, dude. My team just got girlfriends. Oh, my team just
That's
got girlfriends.
incredible.
I was just trying to remember the name of the kit that I thought the heads would be really good.
The Kara Temple Harpies.
Nice.
Oh, Amazons are back, baby.
Amazons tanking to the
Dude,
Wow.
they look so much better than the old men. Look at those muscles. Oh my, dude, the line women are ripped. Oh my god.
That is
That is crush heads between their thighs level thickness. Dude, they look so much better than the old Amazons.
Classic Blood Bowl team committed
The,
to plastic form with a slightly
the armor is really cool.
pretty much
Yeah, these look
they all had dogs,
so much better.
and the nature of the team.
Is this an AOS or Old World? No, this would be Old World equivalent. I mean, it's Blood Bowl, so it's fantasy.
Yeah, it's an alternate universe where everyone just kind of gets along and plays games together. It's
It's
weird.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Python Warrior, dude. I wonder if I wonder what rule she gets from having the Python on her.
being able to throw does not
I
necessarily
am
do all the other
amazed. I'm still holding out hope for like all the races that we never actually got to properly see in fantasy returning for Old World. So
yeah, dude, they just give them one legendary lord and like just like a decent sized roster. They don't need to have a giant roster. They don't need to have 4 legendary lords. Just yeah, dude, those piranha warriors are huge. Like, good God, that woman just looks like she could just like grab like an orc's head between her hands and crush it. Oh, the jaguar warriors, and they got the claws.
So we're still getting name drops for old lore with the names, because like Eagle Warriors, Piranha Warriors, and all that.
Oh, okay, so the Eagle Warriors are the like the running backs. Okay,
those are really pretty.
That's
gonna be a pain to paint all those colorful feathers, though.
Yeah, they did a great job on the paint job. I really like the skin color they went with, and like they've got like the really exotic looking like lipstick stuff.
Superb.
That is really, really nice. That is, I'm actually fairly surprised. I must admit, I'm actually fairly surprised.
Amazon team he's converted a few years ago.
They look great. God, dude, Blood Bowl's in such a... I can't wait for the game to come out and actually get going so we can start getting DLCs. Like, as much as I'm excited for Blood Bowl 3, I feel like it's been in development hell for like the last year and a half.
Yeah, I played a few of the betas. It's getting better. It's getting better, but it's like...
Yeah, it's slow going. Slow going.
Yeah.
Because like the tabletop game has so many badass teams. I'm actually shocked we already. I'm kind of shocked we got the Amazons. I was expecting to get Chaos Dwarfs before we got Amazons, but
yeah. But I think it's because they have so much. Because they had a lot of teams way back in the day on the original Blood Bowl, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the original one had so many teams.
So they can like just update so much, and like it makes sense for the Amazons because I imagine it must be easier to design a human than it must be for anything else.
Oh yeah. Well, and they've taken them in a really interesting direction. But like we've already got like teams that didn't exist in tabletop have been added in third. Like we got the corn team that actually that has actual corn gores. Which was
Pestigore too.
Yeah, and we've got the Pestigores and Nurgle's team. I don't think we got. Did we get the Kislev team recent?
I think so.
Yeah, we either got Kislev or Norska. I can't remember which one. I think we
Norska.
Oh yeah, okay, we did get the Norska team. I think we're still waiting on the. I think we're still waiting on the Yeti model though. I don't think the Yeti model's been revealed yet. Like we got there. I think we have the Star Player Yeti. I know the Star Player Yeti's come out. I don't think the basic Yeti has been released yet. But I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. They usually kind of stealth release the big guys.
Someone in the chat demanding slan, crying
the little mouse.
Convention, the Python warriors, the piranhas, the eagle, the jaguar warriors.
It's fucking funny.
The
and the frog. I've just noticed the frog holding on for dear life. That's great art.
The Blood Bowl art is hysterical. Like
yeah.
I love how just absolutely silly it is. Like the players always look like, oh no, the basic Yeti is out. Okay, never mind. I'm just dumb then.
You can just get you can tell that the art team is just allowed to go full ham on this, and I'm all for it. Like this is fucking beautiful.
Did she steal that pumpkin from that skeleton, the skeleton ref's head?
Yeah.
So an excellent new Blood Bowl team coming for Blood Bowl coaches.
Am I gonna do a Blood Bowl 3 league on the channel? Yeah. Once Blood Bowl 3 is like out, we will absolutely have a league.
I just really hope they bring back the fucking cursed Oak cheerleaders.
Well, apparently, like I know they've already talked about like there are multiple cheerleader settings.
Yeah, no, because I think the Orcs, when I played the Orcs, they had a bunch of Black Orcs doing the hacker, which kind of looked nice. But it wasn't.
Whoa. What is this? Oh, it's 40k. Wait, what?
Fuck me, it's Space Hulk.
Oh, that would be good.
Fuck!
Those squats? Or? Oh, those are Kroot.
Wait, what is this?
What
game
is
this?
Is going on?
Ooh. It's Kill Team. It's Kill Team.
Okay, it's Kill Team. But hey,
I thought they really fucking baited me, man.
Yeah, but new Imperial Guard and new Croup minis. Hey.
Ooh.
Oh. I like that Croup bow. That's cool. It's not insanely crazy, but it's, you know, it's decent.
Crute. That's probably enough.
Look at him there.
Raz moves the picture. He can take no more. There we are. We were better.
No, I thought it was Space Hulk too. Like,
yeah,
you see that door opening sequence. It's like, oh, we're like in a place.
Kill team into the dark.
I'm happy. My issue is like, it's never the Guard regiment that I, because I like Steel Legion.
Let's go. Tell me.
Yeah,
but like,
I will say I am so happy that Kill Team has gone the Warhammer Underworlds way of things.
Yeah.
Where you're actually getting like unique minis instead of it just being like, oh, you can just play this faction.
Yeah. No, it is really good. I think that it brings in like the new Tau minis that came out from that. I mean, these are
it's the
fucking
Imperial
cool.
Navy. Okay.
They look, that shield is so badass, man.
I really like the Riot Shield.
Sometimes a Space Hulk drops
so good.
Talk about Space Hulks in a minute.
I want new Steel Legion minis, man. I don't know why, but I always end up with the playing the factions that just never get model updates, like Skaven and shit. It's like, fuck me, man.
Space Hulks to clear out Gene Stealers, and Dante says, we've got a few Tyranid-related problems of our own right now. Can you deal with it?
I always love when you see a 40k mini and then they just have like a stupid saber, like that lady and chick in the middle. Like,
yeah,
bitch, you're in the 41st millennium. What's a saber gonna do?
I think they keep that because of the meme. It's like, drive me closer with the tank. I want to hit them with my sword.
Like you're fighting like horrifying creatures, and you got a basic bitch sword. You need like a laser sword or something.
Like S and M.
I'm assuming this is going to be what, like a group of 10 minis. Is that what happened with
yeah, it's
the Pathfinders and stuff?
It's a full little war band group. So it's somewhere between, I think, it's weird. I imagine there's more than just these three, but I guess they're waiting to show them until later.
Yeah. No, this is nice. I quite like them.
Some questions that will really burst into the chat. The first one, I spent quite a long time, I'm a little bit weapon obsessed, trying to work out if that was a triple barrel shotgun. I see you, Igna, and I agree it was...
As much as I love seeing humans, can we go to the Croots who have not had model updates in...
No, I'm way more interested in the Croot than I am in the Imperial Navy.
Especially since, like, I hope that we do get a bit of fun mechanics, considering, like, obviously the Croot do eat the dead and, like, you know, like, evolve from that.
From the single ejection port, and it has the same sort of protuberance underneath its barrel, and the one on the right.
Yeah, I always remember laughing my ass off whenever I would play the Tau in Dawn of War in the campaign, and you beat Chaos, and you like would get the note after you beat Chaos's capital where it's like, yeah, we had to execute a bunch of our own crew for eating tainted flesh, and I'm just like, whoops.
I'm a big fan of the Crew. Like, they've got like a lore-wise, they've got like an exclusive, we only work for the Tau, but like, they're like, yeah, we'll sign this, but we'll continue working for other people. And if they don't like it, we'll just pretend like we didn't know.
But potentially more exciting.
Ooh.
Brood Farstalkers. I love the dog. Brood Hounds are great.
Fucking hell.
They look good,
That
dude.
commander looks cool.
Yeah, he does.
Reveal or released alongside the first plastic Tau, and I think some of the design archaeology of the Tau and the Kroot suggested that they were first worked up in concert with each other.
Yeah, that bow is sick.
Which of those races would be?
Oh, it's a bow gun. He's got a trigger.
Really had a major release ever since the first.
That's so cool.
Of the first Tau Codex back in 2001.
District 9 prawns. Yeah, they do look a little more bug-like than I remember.
Jesus Christ, Tau came out in 2001. I feel so old.
Yeah.
Mercenaries, they're spacefaring.
Yeah.
I was 9.
With a Tau
yeah.
rifle that does not look like he's necessarily been like looking after it particularly well. It's a bit scratched up.
He's got
and
it's mine and you can't have it, but like he's holding it above the tower.
Yeah.
Like, come on, down there.
Yeah, come up and reach it.
The jackals look gnarly.
Like combination, like the skull and little bone that he's got tucked into his
I also
belt.
want to know who he gets to push the rock round for him inside the confines of the Space Hulk. The Space Hulk that they're fighting in, by the way, has a name. It's called the Gallows.
Yeah, he's using a Tau rifle because a lot of the crew do use Tau equipment.
No, well, like the Sin of Damnation, I think, was the one from the Space Hulk games. So Space Hulks are...
The way he's holding that gun makes it look like he looted it from somebody's corpse, as opposed to it being something he owns normally. He's like, I just took this.
So they are fighting on a Space Hulk.
Oh yeah, so okay, so yeah, no, we were totally right. Yeah, get fucked, chat. We were right.
Man, Valrak must be so sad right now because like he's been saying we're gonna see Space Hulk back.
Oh yeah,
for a while.
oh yeah, that was a blue ball. That was a hardcore blue ball.
Oh, I feel bad for him, man, because I know he's being like really vocal about, and yeah, we technically got a Space Hulk, but it's not Space Hulk.
Hey, he just got Angron. He can take an L.
Yeah.
Only 7 models. Like Kill Team typically has 2 full-size warbands. Or
Show isn't over yet? Yeah, that's true.
There will be 2 full-size kill teams, and I'm sure you might get a glimpse of a little bit more of some of the setting and surroundings and things in the future. So do not panic.
So I'm guessing this is okay. So this seems like it's coming with like a bunch of terrain too, but they're only showing off a hint.
And we have a genuine best dog of the day competition, which I'd be interested in.
I'm quite excited to see because that terrain is going to be really, really nice for for people who still play like the 40k roleplay game and so on, just to have a little bit of scenery around and so on.
Oh yeah.
Setting the expectations.
Yeah, scenery is so helpful for like, and you know, especially if you don't own a 3D printer or anything.
Yeah.
This reveal seems longer than it really needs to be. Bro, did you just join us? That's been almost every reveal.
GW have a faffing problem. It happens so much, and it just really pisses me off.
I know for a fact you said faffing, but I heard fapping. And it's like,
you know what's really annoying?
Huge difference.
Yeah. You know what's really annoying? When they do the game reveals for like Skulls, it's all rapid fire, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well,
it's because they're like not allowed to be handling it. Like, it's all the game companies be like, hey, just show our game and move on. Show our game, move on. And it's so nice.
And models.
It's just so much better because we had a lot of really good reveals for Skulls, and these are like blue ball, blue ball, blue ball, and it's like, come on, a little bit quicker. Just show us more, or move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
All day. So, Raph,
it is like the panels look fucking cool though. Oh, I love it.
That's a nice shot.
We expect you to. We encourage it. Imagine if you could.
I still find it hilarious that they were like, look, Tau kill team, and like I think they just got like some new weapons.
Yeah,
but it was like the same minis. It was just new ways to build the minis. It was just funny.
It's they are kind of new, but it's more like an up. I call it an upgrade box and everything.
Yeah.
But it was nice to get some new weapons for the Tau because it's been a while. The fucking Deathcore kill team is fucking stunning though. Like, oh, love it. I actually bought the box twice because of it.
It's a great way to get on board and have everything that you need to start playing Kill Team in one set. But it does not invalidate any of the existing kill teams. It's not a new addition of the rules. It's just an update and taking it into a new environment.
Very particular.
Just a diorama.
I like this.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
Yeah, these dioramas. There's one thing that GW do well, and that's their fucking displays.
I'm sure there will be more to talk about with regards to
where they are
fighting.
I still remember going to the Houston Games Workshop, which was not a really big one, but they had like a to scale replica of Helm's Deep during like the epic charge at the end of the movie, and it was sick. It was so good looking.
There was one in because I go to the Malaga one a lot, so it's about 2.5 hours away drive, but that's where I did my tournaments and so on. And they had a to scale Isengard, which was just
that's sick,
incredible.
Incredible.
What comes in over time. And if you've said, "Oh, but I really want to kill Team Witches," and then you've shouted the name of the thing you like, maybe you'll get it. I don't know, especially if they're like,
come on, Adam.
Space
Give us one more thing.
Cool. Right. Whew.
Take us to Mordheim, you bastard.
To do a brief recap of the awesome things we've
Oh, no
Recap.
fucking recaps!
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute them.
Joy of
Yeah.
seeing the new
They might do like one last thing at the end. I doubt it, but sometimes they do like a last little thing. But I'll just I'll just put them on my second screen. That way,
It's
chat.
usually the "oh, by the way" thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Not a horrible set of reveals. Nothing.
No.
I'm kind of surprised they did a live show for it, but because it wasn't anything crazy. But
Well, they're one of the few companies that have like actively push for subs on Twitch. It's kind of scummy, in all honesty.
I don't know why anyone would sub.
They've
to that
actually
channel.
in some of the reveals they've done subscriber mode only, and I'm like, you shits, you're worth more than British oil. Like,
Yeah.
that's just too much.
More money.
I do like the reveals though. Like, they have been good. I like the highlight for me has been the Warcry band, and obviously Underworlds. I'm not too sure about the rest. I feel like there could have been more, which is just annoying because this is what GW do so much, and it is very disappointing because you'd think they'd learn a bit.
Oh yeah. We're not talking about follows. No, GW actively is like you should pay $5 a month to us for some reason.
Yeah, it's like
I'm really happy with the Amazons as well. Like the fantasy AOS stuff looks like it wasn't anything that I was like out of my chair for, but it was like, oh yeah, those are nice. Those are great.
Yeah, these I really hope Old World has like a supplement for like Amazons and shit, man.
Yeah.
Because
I was expecting you to say Blood Bowl for some reason. I was like, what?
it would just be nice to have all these races that we never got. Because like we know we're pretty much getting Estalia, Talia, and Araby for Old World because like we saw the logo. There's different iconography and all that type of stuff when they did the Border Prince reveals. But like they could just say it, you know, and have everyone excited rather than just constantly blue ball us for 4 months.
Yeah, but I mean, SGW's specialty is handling announcements in the weirdest way possible.
Yeah, Old World is coming, but we're not going to give you any info. Awesome.
Well, they're like, yeah, let's announce Old World when we're so early in development that we don't even like have anything. And then we'll just trickle it out as we go.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when they announced it, what, like a year and a half ago? Or
2019, bro. 2019.
3 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Which granted, like they did warn us. They were like, "Oh yeah, like we've just started on it." It's like, then why are you telling us?
Yeah, but like,
why are you telling us?
I was really excited because I was thought, oh, they're probably going to do like the Sisters of Battle, where they did a news drop every month at least, which would be great. And like, it's not like for example, the massive map they're doing. They've got Louise painting that map. Like, it's probably done now because she paints incredibly quick.
Hmm. Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the full world map in that style.
Oh yes,
I hope they sell it. I hope they sell that as a wallpaper or whatever.
Yeah,
not wallpaper. Picture painting, whatever. Because hype somehow, man. There is nobody that knows how to build and then immediately waste hype like GW.
Yeah,
they're like, get hyped for years before we'll give you the thing you're hyped about.
I find it super, super odd. Like, just drop info. Like, there is so much they could talk about because we already know the lore for Old World, right? We know the setting and all that type of stuff because it's the Age of Free Emperors. Why don't they just do little info drops on the lore for people who don't? And that would just be enough once a month. Once a month.
It'd be too hard. I don't know why, but they'd be like, it's too hard.
I just want to know what's changed. You know, is it going to be like, are we still getting all that info regarding, like what's happened? Are we still getting like little bits of the Nightly Order stuff? Has everything stayed the same with that? That's my curiosity. That I don't care if it's the same exact word for word thing. I just want to know details. They're really faffing about. Come on. Drop. Come on. Just hint at Mordheim, please. I beg of you.
No. No, Adam's doing this thing, so they're done. Yeah. As soon as he does this, as soon as he puts his hands together, it's over. All right, well, that was the thing.
Bastards. Fucking bastards.
It wasn't the worst show they've done, but it certainly wasn't the best.
That's 17,000 people watching that. It's like
they had 20,
why not?
They had 22 for a bit, and then they were like, let's recap, and it just, and now everyone's just gonna be bitching in the chat.
They could have just one little hint to either Mordheim or Space Hulk. That would have just been nice. One little hint. Like, yeah, I got baited for. I got fucking baited for fucking Space Hulk, man. I just want
dude,
that
you weren't
so
the only
badly.
one. You weren't the only one. Like that was hardcore bait. That was I don't know. That felt like intentional bait. You know what people would really like in Kill Team? A Space Hulk set. So let's start off by showing the Space Hulk part, and then be like, "Look, it's Kill Team."
Yeah. It's just it is so odd, man. Like they're cool reveals. The Navy looks fucking awesome,
like,
but
dude,
shit.
imagine if for the Warcry reveal they had just started by showing those guys, those like Free City minis in like a creepy looking city going down the streets and stuff, and then had revealed it was Underworlds. Like people would have been like, "What the fuck?" Because they would have thought it was Mordheim. You know,
I would have lost my shit. I would have lost my shit.
That was a hell of a red herring.
It's just so odd because, like, I think it was about 4 years ago, GW did a public statement it was during one of their financial years, end of financial years. You know when they do this statement, and they said we've got plans to bring back games, and they did. They brought back Necromunda and so on, but they also actively mentioned Gothic. They mentioned Space Hulk, and they mentioned a few other games. So it's like, it's been a while since we've had a game come back out. It would be nice if we would have had like Gothic, or we would have had Space Hulk. That would have been fucking wonderful. Because a lot of us old boys, we grew up with that shit, so we want it back. Plus, like with the new age that they're doing with like the new with the new casts and so on. Like imagine fucking Battlefleet Gothic as with these level of casts. It'd be just wonderful, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the interesting thing is that like a lot of people seem much more interested in the mini games these days. Like they're doing much better, and like Blood Bowl is really, really great, and like Warcry is doing well, or relatively well, and Underworlds is doing great, and like Kill Team seems to be doing a lot better since they've made them like feel unique and stuff. And it's like there's so many people asking for like Space Hulk or Battlefleet Gothic or Mordheim. Like there's so many people pushing for those games.
Well, the thing is, it's a much it's better money wise to get into those mini games, and then if you want to make the jump, you can go into the full title.
Yeah.
So it's just odd. Like I would love it if they did it for 30K too. They made a mini game because it will incentivize people to play. It would just be so helpful. It would just be so helpful. And like, you know, what's the best way to actually get people into Old World? Mordheim. Because didn't we have like almost every faction in Mordheim thanks to the town crier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Bretonian one was weird because like you had horses and shit.
there are a couple of weird ones.
Oh, the Shadow Warrior one.
I was gonna say that the Hiles were like bizarre because you only got 3 people, but they were so strong.
Yeah, it would just be nice to get that ball back. We kind of arg slowly, but like I'm not interested in Aeronautica. I want Gothic. Like I know Aeronautica is better because it's cheaper entry cost and all that, but like
yeah, but like
Gothic.
it's literally, I don't know, it's such a minuscule focus within the game. Bring back Dreadfleet? I don't think they're gonna bring back Dreadfleet, to be honest with you.
They should, like, made to order basis.
They would need to, I think if they were going to redo it, they would have to like redo it because the rules were very bizarre.
Oh yeah.
But it was not a balanced game. It was a fun game.
No.
It was a very fun game, but it was not even remotely balanced.
Yeah, I think it was what, like 45 minutes more or less you'd play?
Yeah, roughly. But the bigger issue is that like some of the mechanics just like completely curb stomped the others. So
Yeah.
like there are certain ships that, because like if you did not specifically play the bad guy ships against the good guy ships, and you didn't take all the ships, then you would start to run into problems. Because like the game was very explicitly balanced to only be played at that level, but the rules were like, oh no, you could like take turns picking ships, and if someone picked like a certain combination of ships, they were just unbeatable. Stuff like that. But
it's a weird thing. You know what I would love to see back though? Man of War.
yeah, Man of War would be really, really nice to see
Yeah.
back. I could see Man of War coming back.
Mm.
But,
It's just so it was a good game. Like yeah, it was kind of broken because I think that the Chaos Dwarfs were just a bit you know? And Nurgle's ships were a little bit OP. But like it's just, we need the return of all the stuff. And they can, right? This is a multi-billion-pound company. They can bring back these games and have devs on it and shit.
Yep. So how is your voice feeling? Do you want to talk about a couple things before we go for the day, or are you kind of spent and want to bow out till next week?
No, I can talk. I actually feel a little bit better. I think constantly talking, I'm going to be fucked tomorrow, but like I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I can have a proper sesh.
Hello, everyone, and all of you there in chat who have been with us for the last hour and a half. Loremaster Sotek here, and we're back with Lorebeards, and we're kind of going into like an actual episode. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am back, of course, with my co-host, Great Book of Grudges. Nathan, how you feeling after the show?
Good. So far, good reveals, and now we get to talk a lot of Warhammer 3. So like, why not? Like, this is going to be a good day.
Yeah, and this will be a it's not gonna be a super long show. It's gonna be fairly short in the grand scheme of things, just because we've already been streaming for an hour and a half. But we did want to at least go into a little bit of everything going on, and we also have a very small number of models we can check out for Tale of Two Gamers, because it's only the people that submitted using the hashtag. Anyone who didn't do that will have to wait until a future date, but we can take a look at those in a little bit. But yeah, so Warhammer 3, let's just hop right into it, dude. How are you feeling about Immortal Empires?
I'm quite excited. Like, there's a lot of movement. I'm just trying to get the map up. Where the one time that you actually need the map, you can't find it. Yeah, they posted it on Twitter. Good. I mean, it's looking packed. It is looking really chunky, and I'm excited for that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of movement that makes sense, which I'm really happy that they're following lore a lot. There's a few that don't make sense to me. The Southlands is looking confusing.
the Thunderdome.
Yeah. But like in general, like I'm loving the throwbacks. Like Alberic, I saw a lot of people getting really pissed off. It's like, oh, Alberic's in Lustria, blah blah blah. It's like, it's a throwback to 5th, man.
Yeah, well, and it's a good change.
Yeah.
Like Alberic, listen, Alberic was just the redheaded stepchild of the Bretonnian lords. Like he was right smack in the middle of Bretonnia, and he was just a lame version of Lewin, and just there was just nothing really great for him to do. Like he was just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Being in Lustria, that's a whole new world now.
Yeah. It's
Literally.
just it's a lot of like there's a lot of potential there for a really fun co-op campaign if you play as, like, say for example, someone plays as Alberic and someone else plays as Marcus.
Yep.
Like that should be really, really good. I love the idea. I know some people got really pissed off with Nakari on Wolf 1 because they're like, oh, that just doesn't make sense because Wolf 1's defendable against it's got natural ley lines and all that. It's like, no, demons invade all the fucking time, man.
Nakari,
like,
there's literally an entire book about Nakari invading Ulthuan.
Yeah.
He's done it multiple times.
And obviously then we've got like info regarding if we go back into all the lore on another Keeper of Secrets, the one that makes T'Challa change. I can't remember his name. But like that happens, so we do have loads of invasions. It's usually Suneshi and like a lot of failed Norscan invasions, but
yeah, well, and it's because for anyone not aware, like the thing about Slanesh is he invades from the Anuli Mountains. So there's a mountain range that big mountain range that is around Ulthuan is called the Anuli Mountains, and the problem is they're so high up there that the vortex bringing in all that magic, it's just super saturated with magic at the peaks. And because of that, where there's magic, there's going to be demons. It's very, very easy for demons to manifest up there, and then they start invading down from the mountaintops.
My only real complaint, and I know some people are going to be a bit like, what, is Skrag. So in lore, it's a throwback actually to Golfag. It's actually a throwback to him because he and his man-eaters get sent into the Border Princes. But like, I was like, oh, this would be a good place for an eventual Golfag DLC or FLC, because to be honest, like he doesn't really bring in much to the table. But they put Skrag there instead, and I was like, not too sure what I think,
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Like, Skrag's a weird character, as far as like places where you can go. I think for me, like the Border Princes, I think are they are a good place to put people where it's like, okay, we kind of want this guy somewhere different, but we don't have anywhere super particular to put him, because the Border Princes are kind of just a anybody spot. Because the Border Princes has kind of always been that fill-in faction. It's like I honestly think the only reason he's there is so that he has easy access to the Southern Great Mountains, so he can get established there without just putting him in the mountains. So you at least can choose to wander somewhere else. And I like the Border Princes are so big that like can Skrag take over the Border Princes? Yeah, if you want. But like, I know when I play him, I'm going to beeline for the mountains and start messing with the Empire and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing that really needs to be said. And this is because I did get a lot of doomsayers when this reveal happened. It's like, they were like, oh, because this means no dogs of war. And I was like, okay, this is something really important we need to talk about. First up, the ogres don't start in the city, because like, ogres, this was confirmed by CA. The main thing with the ogres is their camps, right? Those are their main cities. When they take a settlement, it's not really a settlement. It's just it's a piece of crap, And second thing, because of new GW law, the Border Princes do not have an established culture or anything. Yeah. They are literally just sub-factions, essentially.
Yeah,
they're nothing.
Yeah, if they were gonna do modern Dogs of War, it would be like the quote unquote worst case scenario being that it's spread the thinnest. It'd probably be like New World colonies, Estalia, Talea, and Araby. But like more realistically, in the more modern setting, it would probably be Talea and Estalia, or maybe even just Talea, depending on how much effort or like focus they wanted to put into it. But it's Myrmidons. Like, nobody gives a shit about Myrmidons.
That's all.
Like, if you want like the big Border Prince start, that's going to be Ockendorf, or something like that. Like, nobody gives a rat's ass about Myrmidons. It's just kind of there.
It's an odd thing. Like, we obviously know, because if you look at the how the roads are done and so on, those are what divides the settlements, right? So we know there's more settlements in the eastern and western Border Princes. But like that is a good thing, because that means that like eventually, if we do get a Dogs of War pack, which let's be honest, it's likely that we will, they could easily plop a character there. But like I'm more with the idea of you saying like, you know, Astalia, Talia, New World Colonies, and Araby, and that already gives us a really nice amount of spread out. Well, not so much Astalia, Talia, because they're literally bordering each other, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it's and the big thing is that, like, you know, if people are worried about that kind of thing, like, oh, this is the Dogs of War Death Kale or Death Kneel, like, I would have been way more worried if they had put Scrag in like Marigliano, or put him in the capital of Astalia, like Tabaro or something. Then I would have been worried. But considering that Astalia has been split, so now it's 2 full provinces instead of 1 province. Now we have the Arana Mountains province and the Astalia province. And I believe Talea also got a new region. So Talea is now 3 regions, not 2 regions. Like, there's a lot of expansion happening in the southern realms type situation.
And when they do that, it's when we start seeing stuff there. Because I don't know if a lot of people remember Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 DLC cycles, but they kind of already hint to stuff as we get shit, right? So one perfect example would be, and a lot of people got like really like, oh, it's not this. During the Silence and the Fury, no, the Twisted and the Twilight, they had a hint for Bear Riders, right? And I remember like that is like, you know, that's Kislev, and everyone was like, no, it's just a throwback, blah blah blah. It's like, bro, how stupid do you have to fucking be? Like, they're literally just giving you Kislev on a plate.
Well, yeah, and like at the point we're at, I don't know how anyone can look at a theory and say, oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah,
like, guys, do you fucking see what we've got now compared to what we started with? Like, are you kidding?
Yeah. It's a conversation that I have often with my viewers, because it goes back to the whole Indian Koresh scenario, where everyone's like, oh, they said no. It's like, you are aware they said no to the Vampire Coast once, right? Very publicly said no.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing, like, I always hate that argument so much. I see that argument on Reddit and it drives me crazy, of the whole like, oh, they said they're not going to do X. It's like, why would they tell you? They're going to lie. It's so much better for them to lie, because one of 2 scenarios is going to happen. Like, let's play it out, right? Option A is they say, we're not going to do End in Koresh. And then 2 years later, they go, look, End, or look, Koresh. And everyone goes, oh my God, and gets super excited and has a great time. Option B is they say, oh yeah, no, we're totally going to do End in Koresh. Then people are just going to ask for it constantly. And if they're like, hey, look, Chaos Dwarfs, they're going to be people that are like, oh, I wanted End in Koresh right now. Like, or, you know, maybe something happens and maybe for whatever reason they weren't able to do them. Maybe, like, you know, the game doesn't do as well as they hoped or whatever. And all of a sudden it turns into, you told us you were going to give us this and now you didn't. Like, there is no reason whatsoever to admit to what they're actually going to do in the future. They're never going to be honest with y'all about what they're doing. They're never going to tell the truth.
They do make that mistake often. So one thing is during the cycle of promotion for Warhammer 3, right? Andy Hall did a interview, I think it was with a French magazine or a Russian magazine, one of the two, right? And he confirmed Chaos Dwarfs, right? But we all knew they were coming anyway, because it's fucking Chaos Dwarfs. But now people don't stop asking for it. And that's fucking annoying. Because like I see that on my videos too. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I can't wait for Indian Koresh, because when they show this map, I was like, oh, I can't wait, because I have a feeling it's going to come, and I can't wait for Ind, because I know a lot of people don't like Human Nations, but I'm a big fan of Human Nations, and I've always been really curious about Ind. But if I do a video on Ind or Koresh, it's like, I just want my Chaos Dwarfs. It's like, bro, we're gonna get them. Shut the fuck up. It's coming.
Yeah, well, and like, they're being smarter about it now. Like, I don't have an issue saying that, like, you know, when me and Nathan have had interviews with like Andy Hall and stuff, like they're just like, hey, y'all can't talk about XYZ. Like, there are certain subjects where they're like, don't talk about this. Like, don't drag us into this bullshit. We don't want anybody coming after us about this. And it's just the business wise, it's just the best way to handle it.
Yeah.
So like enjoy your hype, enjoy your theories, and get into them. Just don't get like upset if you don't get what you want immediately. Like once we're at the end of the trilogy and they're like, hey guys, like it's been fun, but it's time to move on. Then if you didn't get what you want, then you can complain.
Raise hell. Raise hell.
Right, yeah, like you can raise hell at the end.
Like we're expecting, I personally am expecting like 5 years worth of DLC for Warhammer 3.
At least.
Yeah. Because there's so much that they can do. Let's be honest. Like, it is a fucking massive world, and you can easily plop shit down there. Like, I'm seeing people going, oh, it's just because so many legendary lords are close to each other, it's going to make it harder to confederate because, like, everyone's spread out. Dude, recruit legendary lords mod. That's it. Defeated legendary lords mod.
Yeah, and they've flat out said that there's something they're looking into. Because like I would love that as a toggleable feature. Because like in my campaigns, I don't like to play like Pokemon with legendary lords. Like if I get them, great. If I don't really care. But you know, there are people like Nathan who like to get every single legendary lord. So that would be a great toggle in like the campaign starting screen where like, hey, do you want recruitable defeated legendary lords? So if their faction gets wiped out, you have the ability to recruit them. That would be a really, really great toggle. Like, that'd be awesome.
I see it as a, like, there is so much potential. And I like the spreading out, right? Like, because I think it's really, really good. Because it gives you reason to play that race again, you know?
Oh, yeah. Spreading out is always better. Always better.
Exactly. Like, the one good thing, like, say, for example, the high ups, right? We've got Alifanar, which is, like, really up there. We've got one in Orth 1, two in Orth 1, which is generic start. Then we got Teclis down there. So it gives you reason to play the race again. So if you have a favorite race and you're getting loads of legendary lords in different locations, that is just really fun because it gives you variety. It's not like, say, for example, one thing that does gripe me a little bit is the Tomb Kings, because 3 of them are in Nehekara. And then, well, Nehekara and Araby, and the only other replayable is Katep, and I'll be honest with you, I don't like Katep.
Yeah, though to be fair, at least like, you know, Archon's on the coast, on the western coast, and Kalita's on the eastern coast, so you can literally just go. But and the Southlands is now a Thunderdome, so honestly. Even those 3 have wildly different opponents depending on who you're playing. But and like even Kotep's going to be a lot more interesting now with the sea lanes. Like Kotep can now just get on a boat and go to Cathay. Like he's going to have the fastest. He's going to have the fastest go to Cathay campaign of the Tomb Kings. If for some reason you want to go to Cathay with the Tomb Kings.
Yeah, like there's so much variety.
And I can see that.
It's a good thing.
Kotep hears about like, you know, this realm of the dead that the Cathayans have, and he hears about their constructs, and Kotep's like, I want to look into this.
Yeah.
I want to look into this.
His lore is all about trying to find and reverse this undeath stuff, isn't it? It's just to bring them all back. Like mortal style.
Get that immortal golden body he promised. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
Kotep's basically a personal trainer that's being held accountable for what he promised.
Yeah,
to his clients.
It's so good to see all the factions being pushed out and having so much variety. Like, one thing that I don't want is if we do get more elect accounts, I feel like the elect accounts should be in the same location, because I mean, you know, they should be running their counties, you know, it's kind of what makes sense. But like any other character, that's why it's really good that Volkmar is fucked off into the randomest place ever, because I would have imagined Volkmar up north more than anything. It's still very odd looking at that icon and going, out of everywhere you could have gone, you decided to go down south.
Yeah, I do like that they kind of taken like Sigmar's Blood / the End Times and made a like choose your own adventure out of it, instead of just that weird DLC he was in where they're like, hey, now we're gonna say Volkmar's going on the offensive against the undead just like he did in the End Times, but instead of just going to slap Manfred in Sylvania, he's going to the source of undeath. Like,
Yeah.
he's going after the books of Nagash, which is like, oh, that's that's a little more intense, and probably what he should have done in the first place. But
it's a super odd thing. But like I feel like they're really trying, and I think that's really good. Like when I first saw the map for the greenskins, I was like, wow, that's awesome. That is incredible. Like Skarsnik is going to have a much more fun campaign.
oh,
now.
dude, Grimgor in the Darklands. Oh,
Yes.
Oh.
And people got pissed off at me because I was like I said, it's like, oh, you know, it's going to be great because
people
you can kind of
angry
relive.
at people angry at you. What?
Yeah.
I've never heard. I've never heard of this before.
I love it. I honestly love it because I was saying it was like one of my favorite parts about the end times is, and I said this in the Greenskin video, is when Grimgor decides I'm going to go fuck up. I'm going to go fuck up the Chaos Dwarfs, and then I'm going to go fuck up Grand Cafe. And people are like, oh, don't mention the end times. I was like, what? It was a genuine funny part of it, and obviously fucks up the ogres too. But like, it's fucking Grimgor, man. That's what he does best.
Yeah, plus, like, the option's there. If you hate the end time so much, then play Greasus and go up to Grimgor and be like,
yeah.
Smash! Like, prevent it then, you know.
There's just so much potential, like, for really fun campaigns.
Let your hate power your campaign.
Yeah. It's like, but yeah, like, the end times were badly written, but you can relive the good parts in here because there are some good parts. And I think Grimgor is going to be a really fun campaign, I think. I'm not too sure, like I'm kind of worried about Wurzag being kind of alone down there, like, because Skarbrand is terrifying.
Well, I will say, though, Wurzag is going to be one of the most scary fucking characters for Skarbrand to fight, though. Because, like, Wurzag has, like, I think it's at, like, level 4 or 5. He gets that ability to give his entire army magical attacks. So, like, that demon physical resistance, those Savage Orcs are going to cut through those demons like butter.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be having demons for breakfast. And the only really bad thing is Skarbrand himself. But Wurzag is also a character who has a really powerful pin you in place ability. And you just have shitloads of Savage Orc archers that go blah, 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 and Skarbrand dies. Like, I don't think he's going to be that difficult to deal with. Like, I think of all the characters around Skarbrand, Wurzag is the best off to just absolutely curb stomp him.
It's a weird thing, because like it's kind of terrifying. I mean, I'm looking at the map right now, and I'm thinking, Christ, man, Skarbrand's going to have a hell of a time just like demolishing everything around that area.
He's going to have a blast. He's going to have so much fun.
I mean, your only real challenge, and that depends on how the AI works, I guess, would either be Wurzag or Clan Moors if they get like a bunch of guns out and stuff. But like, Skaven AI has always been kind of garbage. They just generally.
Yeah, well, you know, I will say I think that's such a perfect place for Skarbrand because it's a lot of fighting, but like Khorne kind of struggles to expand. You know, it's like it's very, very difficult for Khorne to expand well. Like, he kind of relies more on that whole like raising cities and allowing his stuff to naturally take over the ruins kind of situation. So like, I think it's good for him to be in a place where he's just like constantly having to fight because he's not a very good empire builder compared to a lot of other factions. And he's surrounded by other factions who are going to be like making that hard for him. I could also see Volkmar potentially being kind of a nasty pill for which, oh my god, just there are so many campaigns that like the second I really start thinking about them for a few seconds just feels so fun. Like Krokgar on Grimlock going up against Skarbrand, that's going to be an absolute blast because like Skarbrand's a very good anti-large fighter, but Skarbrand is of course he is the beatiest beat stick in the game. So it's like that's going to be intense. And like Volkmar just getting like a huge army of flagellants going up against Khorne demons just being like, fight to the bitter end. Like that's going to be so amazing.
There's so much potential. We still have what, like 5 days worth of reveals or something?
Yeah, we still have I believe tomorrow is Vampire Coast, I think is tomorrow. And then it's like, who else are we still missing? I know dwarfs are in like 3 or 4 days. The last day is Warriors of Chaos. We're still waiting on Vampire Coast, Vampire Counts,
Dwarves, Dark Elves, and Warriors of Chaos.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's Vampire Coast, then Dark
Dwarves,
Elves,
Dark Elves.
Oh, dwarves
no,
are
it's
out.
dwarves
Okay.
next, yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited for dwarfs.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Grombrindle.
There is so much, like, even like, because there's a lot of legendary lords for all these because obviously now that the map is looking really full, and now we've got what, 5 races more.
Yeah.
This
and
map is going to
big
look
races too. Like, it's not like, oh, we've got 2 legendary lords. Like, these are all like pretty hefty.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Elves have what, 6?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, Dwarf's got 5.
Dwarf's got 5, I think so. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No, they have 5 or 6. They have 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think it's 5. Dwarfs are 5. Yeah.
Thorgrim, Ungrim, Belegar, Grombrindle, Thoric. Yeah, they got 5. But
what about Thoric?
Yeah. Thoric's gonna be joining that Thunderdome. You know, he's probably gonna be down in Karak Zorn still. So that's another contender. That'll be another good fight against Skarbrand, because Thoric, if I recall correctly, actually gets pretty good access to magic weapons on a lot of his troops with like rune magic, and like dwarves getting bringing proper runecraft against Skarbrand, that you could make some beefy dwarfs with rune items.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I really hope that that like DLC is fast though, because I kind of want to see. I want to see the map full. I want to see so many icons that you can't see the fucking map, man.
You know, we're heading that way. Like, a post I saw on Reddit that I absolutely agree with is that, yeah, the Southlands Thunderdome looks a little ridiculous, but that's what the entire map is going to look like.
Yeah. I mean, they did confirm in an Ask Me Anything that they've already got plans for who's going to be Legendary Lord 100.
Who do you think it's going to be? Because it sounds like they're like it's going to be someone special. Yeah.
So I have a theory. It depends, right? If it happens next year and if Old World comes out, I think 100 would be like, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I think it would be really cool to get Harry the Hammer, the first character for Warhammer Fantasy.
Harry the Hammer, interesting. I think it's going to be Thankful. I think Thankful is going to be the 100th character, because I think they know that he's a very popular request.
Yeah,
and he's like either that. I think it's either going to be Thankful or Nagash. I could also see it being Nagash.
See, I just love the idea of Harry, because like he was the first, and his last miniature was really fucking good, man. It's like,
what's his like actual name?
Because
I know Harry the Hammer's his meme name.
Yeah, it was. Let me just. Harold Hammerstorm.
That's what it is. Harold Hammerstorm. Yeah, Harold.
It's just, it's an odd thing, but like he's got a gorgeous mini, and like I would love to like have a proper throwback, because obviously next year is the 40th anniversary of Warhammer Fantasy. You know, so like that's big. That is a big fucking.
Dude, we're getting old.
Yeah. No, we are. It's kind of scary. But like the idea of Harry would be great. Obviously, Nagash would be nice too, and we're pretty certain we're going to get Nagash. There have been so many hints in Warhammer 2
there's
about
no way
Nagash.
they're not going to. Now, granted, like a part of me thinks that they're going to save Nagash for the end. Like I could see Nagash being like one of the last legendary lords that joins the game. And they just go crazy with him. Thankful, I'm expecting sooner rather than later. Nagash, I feel like that. Nagash feels more like a capstone character, as opposed to.
Wouldn't Thankful be a good White Dwarf exclusive? Because we're expecting another White Dwarf.
Yeah, but I'm honestly expecting like a full celebration for the 100th character, because I could see it being like celebrating 30 years of Warhammer Fantasy. This White Dwarf article, pick it up and you get a free code to get the 100th legendary lord Thankful for free. before you could get him, and he's free if you get the magazine. Well, no, he'd be free regardless, but I could see it being like Robert Dole, where if you pick up the magazine, you get him like 2 weeks earlier. And there's like a whole big celebration, and they like release like some old world news and all this stuff. Like that just seems like an easy slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, I just I want everyone, right? Like I want even all the stupid characters like that have like no fucking sense. Like I said, I don't want to see. I want to see the map, but I just don't want to see the map. I just want to see icons.
Every faction has a legendary lord. There are no sub factions.
Yeah,
there are no minor factions.
Cool.
Only playable factions.
It would be fucking awesome. Like just imagine, especially with all the potential, because like. I still have feelings like we're gonna get like minor race packs and stuff like that, like one or two lords.
I do too. I honestly, a lot of us like to poke fun at Norska, but I actually think Norska is not a bad formula for potential future races that they just don't have a lot. Now, granted, I think Norska could get bigger. But like there are races out there that could easily get away with having one legendary lord. And like a decent sized roster because of the new allegiance system. Like now you can supplement your roster with other rosters, so you don't need to have like 20 units and 4 legendary lords anymore for an initial release. You can get away with significantly less.
I mean, like one thing I always say is like I think Norska for Warhammer 1 was fantastic. The only problem that Norska has is that its mechanics did not age well for Mortal Empires, where there wasn't so much space, where there was much more space, but not enough places to capture.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not aged, it's definitely not going to age very well for Warhammer 3 for Immortal Empires because, well, there's a lot more, well, they
have already revealed during the rally point they did last week, they have already said that Norska and Warriors of Chaos can conquer all settlements.
Yeah. Which I think is a very, very big thing.
Norska is no longer, they're no longer port bound.
Yeah. So that's going to make them better because mechanically, like they are fun, right? Like it's like they're a good race. And I think that they were the only race that never has had an army book, right? Like for example, Cathay and Kislev had GW interference. Norska, I think GW told CA, yeah, do Norska. Just take some stuff from lore and
they literally just took the Warriors of Chaos and they took like a quarter of the Warriors of Chaos book and ripped it out and made it into its own thing.
Yeah. So like I think they did well. I honestly think their interpretation of Norska was really good.
Yeah.
And now likely with a new DLC we'll probably see more GW influence because to be honest, I'm still thinking that we're going to get a Norska like supplemental army book for Old World. Like it just makes a lot of sense.
No, I absolutely agree. I think that one of the biggest things that Total War has done so nicely for Warhammer Fantasy is really show GW how many people love those minor races and are like, man, I would gladly just play this minor race because like Games Workshop's been watching and going, wow, Vampire Coast is really popular, or like, wow, people really like Norska. And like we see that like with like how Cubicle 7's been expanding into a lot of those things where Cubicle 7's like, oh, they wanted a Famir matriarch or Famir mirror character. Here you go. Here's Muna Mim.
Yeah.
And Muna Mim is fantastic. Like she's a great character. And I'm like, yeah, Muna Mim for Total War Warhammer 3, please. Please.
It's one of those things. I discuss a lot of the Cubicle 7 reveals, and every now and then I get that one guy in the comments. It's a separate universe. It's like, no, GW have to approve those things because it's still GW IP. Like it's canon.
Yeah, it's like, has it occurred to you that Cubicle 7 is just responsible for the modern timeline now while Games Workshop is working on the old world? Has that occurred to you in your genius?
Yeah. And like it's a lot of that. It's like, look, Cubicle 7 are doing wonderful things and they're updating stuff. They gave us something, like they did a really big lore change just by giving us the Dreadmaw to Koresh. That is a massive lore change.
Yeah.
Like for us, like, yeah, it's one sentence, but holy crap, was that earth shattering. Because it's like, oh, Koresh, something new. what? You
Yeah,
know,
I-
like
It's
what's
well, it's
going
like,
on?
Not only is it like, oh, Koresh is still relevant, but it's like, oh, Koresh is doing biological experimentation. Like they are the chaos dwarfs of biology, as
Yeah.
opposed to working with machines. And like that alone adds so much not flair, but so much theming to the faction with just the tiniest little change. But like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, the Naga of Koresh are literally creating abominable life forms to unleash on the West to prevent people from getting to Koresh. That's crazy cool.
It's so important that we keep an eye on these law changes too, because like when they started changing stuff up for the Talia stuff, it's like that gives me a lot of hope for Talia in the future, you know, and especially since Old World has a specific icon now for Talian factions, you know. So for me, that's like, oh, I can't wait. I really hope that everything that we get, like everything we've hoped for, is what we get, you know.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree. And you know, I hope they just keep pushing the envelope.
Yeah,
and like as long as they do, we're able to, because like we've seen weird things in the game files. Like they found what, like a Marienburg land ship in the game files?
In the game files, we had Marienburg culture, which is massive. Because I don't know if a lot of people know this. Well, they probably wouldn't if they don't mod. But if you go into game files, basically each race is separated by a culture. So if it's got a culture, that means it's something unique. Like it's not another empire faction. It's something that's going to have these other different things. So if you go into the game files for, say for example, Warhammer 3, you've got the 5 chaos factions, right? Are different cultures. You've got Sanash, Khorne, blah blah blah, Demons of Chaos. You know, like it's separate, right? So that's what separates units being unique there, and so on. So Marienburg having a culture is like, well, it makes sense because we already more or less have an army list if we go into Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Yeah. There is a lot of a navy and a lot of foot soldiers.
Yeah, there was a full first edition supplement for Marienburg.
Yeah. So like we know that they can easily go, oh yeah, let's go on that. And that means that they won't be Dogs of War because they're named Marienburg, right? They could be attached to a Dogs of War because they can share similar mechanics and similar units because you can easily just copy paste them. But like Marienburg culture is like, god damn, that's awesome. That. I think it was Xenon, which is part of the SFO team. He messaged me. It's like, oh, this is a different culture. It's like, holy crap, that could mean a lot, you know? Like I'm hoping. I think a 1-pack or 2-pack Legendary Lord would be great for a minor race pack. Yeah. You just reskin a bunch of the state troops, add in some new stuff, and there you go.
Yeah, and for anyone listening, we're just speculating. There's no like hard confirmations of anything. We're just like, for all we know, they made another culture so that you just can't confederate, or they're like, these characters' names should be unpronounceable, aka Dutch. But hopefully there's something more to that.
Yeah.
But
it's important to note too that CA adds stuff to game files, which then doesn't get used too.
Yes.
It's something like if you go into the game files, you'll find stuff for naval combat never used, and it's like old code from like
well, I could show people like there's a bunch of artwork that's never been used that's like gorgeous and they paid for it. There's stuff involving there are voice lines that have never been used. Like there's stuff around.
It's an odd thing because like what was it, the art book had gold wizards, right?
Yes, the Warhammer art book does have gold. It has chimeras too for the Warriors of Chaos.
And it's something that could get used in the future. It could get used because it's something that they thought, well, maybe we've got trouble. Let's use the chimera for example. Maybe they had trouble doing a 3-headed beast back in Warhammer 3 or Warhammer 1. So like, we'll keep the art, we'll keep whatever's been done. If we figure out how to make this look better and more fluid, then we'll pop it into a DLC or an FLC unit or whatever, you know? But it happens. It does happen. I still have hope because obviously, like, let's be honest, CA are going to try and milk this motherfucker as much as possible because
As they should.
yeah, because they're a business, they need to make money, right? It's how it is. They don't do this out of the kindness of their heart. They do some stuff for the kindness of their heart, but like the majority of this is money, and like I'm all for it. So if they want to just keep throwing us DLC,
I want to be milked. I want to be milked very hard.
Yeah. But like we already know, like they made that mistake where they left the voice lines for introducing the Chaos Dwarfs already in game, which I think that's really funny that they left that in there.
Yeah.
But like, it's just odd.
We live in exciting times. We truly do.
Yeah. I want to see a lot of shit, man. I want just DLC for days, man. Just keep throwing DLC out and keep me just not sleeping.
Yeah, man, I'm getting so excited for all this.
Yeah, it's got so much potential. I think the main reason is because CA have finally learned that, oh yeah, maybe communication is going to be a good thing, you know?
The communication lately has been very, very nice. Like between the rally points and the like, you know, and they've been doing a really good job building hype for Immortal Empires. Yeah. Like one of my biggest worries was that they were just going to be like kind of quiet about it and then just be like, oh look, it's coming out. But the fact that they're doing like basically daily articles, it's been very, very nice.
It's generally because I pop into the official Discord every now and then. It's nice seeing CA staff talking to people too. It's just like this is like there is harmony for once. Yeah.
Yeah. Balance has been achieved. But yeah, it's just things are good.
Yeah.
All right, if you've got the energy for it, I think something we should do real quick is we had not a huge amount of people. There's not that many, so we can just knock it out real quick. But we did have some people send some minis in using the Lorebeards hashtag on Twitter. So let's just knock those out.
1 second though, because what I want to do is I want to get some water.
Okay. Get some agua, dude. Stay hydrated. Chat, make sure y'all stay hydrated. I do want to take a moment to say I appreciate you all joining us. I hope you're all having lovely mornings and you're enjoying your weekend. Having a good Saturday. Does coffee count? No. Doesn't coffee dehydrate, not hydrate? All right. Let me know when you're ready to go and we will start looking at some minis. Just remember, so it's going to be hashtag Lorebeards and you want to change it to latest as opposed to top.
Yeah.
Because while we may be tops, you know, it's you know, Twitter.
Yeah, I'm in. Oh, nice.
Oh wait, today is Sunday. Never mind. I don't know. I said it was Saturday. No, it's Sunday. I had a long day yesterday. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So first up from Tactical Scion, we've got a Telemon Heavy Dreadnought that is work in progress, and that is a golden boy. that is the most golden of golden boys.
Very, very cool. I love the mini. That is fucking cool.
I like the rocket launcher on the back, though. You must know that who helps him load that? Because like, look how huge his hands are. There's no way he can reach that thing.
40K logic.
Yeah, who resupplies those missiles for him? Because if like he got a jam or something, he would be completely SOL.
Yeah.
But
really good miniature.
Yeah, I do love the mini. Next, we've got Headcanon, who says, finally been trying to catch us, and he even sent us a SpongeBob meme. And he got a Bloodthirster. It amazes me that model is not so top heavy that it falls over, considering the only thing holding it up is that little itty bitty flame.
Yeah, that is freaking good though.
Yeah, I love that mini. And you went with a classic paint scheme, which I appreciate. You got some looks like you used some blood effects on the axe and the flail. Looks great.
Yeah, that's freaking cool.
If you could, my dude, I would highly recommend adding some more details on the base. Maybe like paint some lava pools or get some rocks from outside and paint them like burnt colors, or add a little more fun to the base. And I think you'll have a really, really good minis on your hand. But it's looking really good. Head cannon looking very nice. Ray sending in a Black Legion Havoc.
Nice.
What is a Havoc?
It's their heavy weapons teams are called heavy weapons Marines are called Havocs. So it's a Havoc squad.
Okay.
You get different types of guns and so on. This is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the Black Legion. Obviously, like they're the poster boys because Abaddon and all that. So it's a classic look. You know, it's gold, it's black. You know, it's
Gold and black
cool.
are such good colors. Gold and black complement each other, so, just like red and black, gold and black, and then obviously the three of them together. I think the three of them together is the best color scheme in the universe. Like red, black, gold is my shit. But yeah, the black and gold, it looks very, very nice.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Good job, man.
I'm a big fan of Chaos Space Marines. Obviously, they've just had the new Codex come out, so very tasty.
Oh yeah, they're bumping right now. Well, and like even though obviously it's just World Eater specifically, but you know, they got a new Chaos Primarch too, which is pretty spicy. And then we've got Hyos sending in a Chaos Lord. Oh,
nice.
That's sick. He's got. We're looking at fantasy minis. Oh baby, that Krakadrak Lord as a demonic steed.
Very smart. Very,
good.
Very smart.
Yeah, I'm licking my lips. That's good and tasty right there. Really nice, tasteful effects on the blood. Like not, I really like he didn't go overboard on the blood. Sometimes when people use blood effect, they go too much. This is like a really nice little smattering over the model. Looks great. The Krakadrak looks man, that is such a good demonic steed. I never even thought about using that as a demonic steed for like an undivided lord. That looks amazing.
That is really, really well done. Yeah, that is really, really cool.
And then
we've got some
classic
null
handgunners. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the null paint scheme because it's very hard to make black clothing look good. But this is really nice.
I love that he's got the I forget what the he's got the Hochland long rifle guy too.
Yeah,
because that gun is so big. it's like twice as long as all the other guns. It's so funny.
I love handgunners. Like having them as a detachment, you get 2 detachments on the side just to fire when you've got your halberdiers at the front taking the brunt of things is fucking good. Or a nice big gun line.
I would really like, so you know how they implemented that goofy new shooting system that immediately got rolled back because it was a little too overpowered? I actually would really like that as a mechanic for the Empire and Talea or the Dogs of War if we ever get them, and as the detachment system. So like certain units get the detachment keyword, and if they have the detachment keyword, they're able to like shoot through like their melee unit. So like if you have handgunners, they could shoot through an Empire melee unit because they're a detachment for it. I think that feature could actually do really, really well to like emulate that rule.
Yeah, no, it would definitely be helpful.
It does give a very pike and shot feel, you know?
Yeah. No, definitely. It's like that was a broken ass mechanic on the.
Oh yeah, it was definitely way too busted. Like even if they actually implemented it on purpose, I think it would need to be reined in, and I think it should only be available to specific factions.
Yeah.
Porpoise sending in a sweet little skink priest named Tehek.
Oh.
And wow, he did a really good job with the basing. Oh, I like the rim of the base is actually stylized.
Every time,
like I don't, I'm a black rim purist, but I do really like that he's kind of got like that fun little theme to it, and the overall base is very nice.
Every time I see this mini, I think of the did you ever see that meme video, the Mr. Blue Sky one about the skink?
No, I don't think so.
It's a really, really popular YouTube video, man. Like it's the guy who does a lot of like meme playthroughs.
Oh wait, is it the one where he actually like paints a skink priest mini?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's so funny.
So I just, every time I see a skink, a painted skink, I think of that video and it just makes me smile.
Yeah, he's got that meme of the skink like stroking its own face and being like, "Oh yes."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
I
is
love that video.
fantastic. This is great.
Yeah, that looks great,
honestly.
Porpoise. That looks absolutely great. I love what you did with the base. The feathers
Yeah.
look fun. I would recommend if you haven't. Oh, you actually did a really good job on the eyeball too. Like the iris looks really nice, or the pupil. If you haven't already, I would consider maybe for the feathers working with some shaders, or what am I thinking of? Oils. The shaders. Is that the right word?
Shades, yeah, shades.
Yeah. To really kind of like give them a more bursted effect, or work on gradients. Like I could see you did like a little bit of yellow there, on the edges, but maybe try picking up like a purple. I would probably recommend like Naggaroth, or Druchii Violet, or Naggaroth Night, I think is what it's called, shade. That could look really cool, or maybe like a green. But like shaders can be really, really helpful for trying to kind of get like a little bit of a blend color. Moving on. Champion of Khorne, sending in Be'lakor. I love this mini.
Fucking hell, he's huge.
It's such a giant bitchin' mini. It's so busy, like in a good way. Like it's got just so much cool stuff going on.
That's so cool. I'm a big fan. I've got OG Be'lakor because I still play a lot of fantasy, but this one is just like, holy crap, he's so big, and it's like in a good way, you know.
Yeah. No, old Be'lakor is definitely like the good old days of the tiny greater demons that fit very, very, like they're on a 50 mil base, but they still have a ton of space.
Yeah.
As opposed to the new ones, which are like on chariot bases or like 100 millimeter bases.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he definitely feels more like, you know, a commanding, domineering demigod here. Looks
That's
great,
really
man.
cool.
Keep thinning your paints, you know, but looks good. Looks good. And then we've got Jay Phoenix coming in. This is our last one, by the way. Oh no, that's not true. We've got one more after this.
Ooh, Littlefinger, nice.
Oh no, we actually got a couple after this. Yeah, Littlefinger. I really like his edge highlights. Who's this by? Jay Phoenix. That's right.
That's like, it's such a good model. Holy crap.
Yeah, the model's got a lot of details to it, and he did a really good job on the basic too, with the grass growing up between the bricks.
That is so good. That is so fucking good. It's just I don't know, man. It's like the Game of Thrones minis are just always so fucking awesome.
They have a lot of really good character to them. Like, despite the fact they're working with fairly small minis, they have very pronounced identifiable features.
Clothing is great. I love, like, look at that, right? You got a little bit of gold highlights, red,
he's got
black.
that cheeky ass smirk on his face.
Yeah.
That's hard to do on a mini, printing wise.
That is really fucking good. That is so nice. I don't know, man. Like, I keep meaning to buy some of the, like, a Song Fire and Ice minis and just paint them, because like they have so much personality. They're just so good.
All right, next up we've got a Warbringer Titan by Goat Force. Oh baby.
Boom.
Is this okay, so this is Loyalist. Yeah. I don't understand how Titans work in the tabletop. They seem like so hilariously massive compared to everything else.
Yeah, this was, I believe, I think this is Titanicus, right?
I'm sure someone in chat will confirm or deny. I have no idea.
It's like Titanicus, obviously, that they're much smaller scale, and they're so hard to paint. So if this is Titanicus, that's really impressive, especially considering the lettering. Because like we got like the Legion thing.
He's got painted lettering.
It's insane.
Which Legion or association is this? Because isn't that the Eye of Horus on him? Or is that a different symbol?
Yeah, it's the Eye of Horus, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, so I wonder if this is like Heresy Age or something. Kesa? How do you say that? Keika Manu? That does not look like it's that first word is English. Caeca.
Oh, they always do that weird fucking
Oh, Titanicus is during the Horus Heresy. So yes, it is Titanicus. You're correct.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of the Titanicus minis. They're just so small, and I just don't have the patience to sit down and paint something so tiny. But it's smarter than just buying an actual Titan mini, because that's like what, £2,000.
So, also, on that chat says, I can't believe the Emperor trusted Horus. His last name is literally Heresy.
It's a weird thing.
That was so funny if his name was like, ah, yes, my son Horus Heresy. Wait, Horus, how could you betray me? It's just like, you named me his father.
To be fair, the heresy started essentially, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of throwback here, but like the heresy fucking started because of the Emperor being such a fucking idiot. If he simply just told Horus what was happening, nothing would have happened. The whole civil war wouldn't have happened.
Listen, we all know that the Horus Heresy isn't really about war. It's about a absolutely horrible father who can't communicate with his sons. That's all it's about.
It's literally just that, yeah.
It's a family drama with significantly more slaughter and murder. Let's see. Which hey, real quick, what book would I recommend to someone who is not new to the lore? Well, okay, Professor Fubar, is there something, and is there like a particular subject you're wanting, or just like are you asking about a 40k book, a fantasy book, a AOS book? Is there a particular faction? Like, narrow it down for me a little.
There's one more mini, by the way.
Oh yeah. Naratio sending in a goblin shaman on a Ragnarok, and these look like contrast paints. Nice. Man, contrast paint, it just looks good. They've
evolved very well. Contrast paints have evolved very well.
Like, those goblins look so good.
That's so good. That is great, honestly. And it's got a fucking the base.
Yeah. Oh, Goblin Green. It's Goblin Green Rim base. Instant 10 out of 10. Instant 10 out of 10. That's even perfect Goblin Green color. Good job.
So nice.
You just need to add some flock. You just need to put some flock on there. So sorry, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. There's no flock.
Such a big fan. The Arachnaroks are so fucking cool, though.
Dude, these colors look fantastic. Like, literally the only note I would say is, like, I almost feel like there should probably be like some other color added to the eyes of the spider, just to give them just the tiniest bit more life. But like the fleshy parts of the spider under the carapace, that like uncomfortable pink. This is a really clean paint job too.
Yeah,
like there is no paint in a wrong place.
The pink looks like inflamed guns, you know? Like,
yeah, it's really uncomfortable, especially in the parts where the meat between the articulated part of the limbs.
Yeah. This is really pretty. This is really fucking pretty.
Yeah, great job. Tell your friend excellent job. He built that high chair to reach the bad moon. He's trying his best. he's trying his best. All right. Oh, okay. We got one last entry. I'm gonna allow it because I'm biased. We got a Gorok mini from Total War Dad, and it's not the actual. Wait, I don't. This looks like a 3D printed Total War Gorok.
Yeah, this is a print.
Yeah, but it looks really good. That's a nice print.
Awesome.
God, Gorok is such a beef stick, dude. Like, Gorok is literally he's like the living embodiment of like this guy, like that meme of like this guy walks up and like slaps your girlfriend's butt. What do you do? And it's just like, it's fucking Gorok, dude. You just
it's
his girlfriend now. It's his girlfriend now. You just walk away.
he looks so good because like almost like the miniature, the print makes him look like a statue in a sense, right? Like he's fucking is a great pose.
They added some really cool details onto his shield too. They made his shield quite a bit busier than it originally is.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's honestly so good.
Yeah, I really like the dynamic pose as well.
It's stunning, honestly. That is fucking
Okay, so I
stunning.
do have a question from chat, which is someone, Professor Fubar says he recently read Brothers of the Snake by Abnet and enjoyed it. Is there any books similar to that you would recommend? Nathan, this is more your wheelhouse than mine. I don't know anything about 40k books.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the book 1 second.
Apparently it's a loyalist, potentially Inquisition.
Yeah, I mean, Abnett is just a really good fucking writer.
Abnett is great.
He faffs about on a lot of books and so on, but like he's generally like that's why he works for so many of the video games too. You know, like the guy is just really good.
Yep.
I'd say honestly, you can't go wrong with just going with other Dan Abnett books. I mean, he's got
yeah. If you like his writing, just stay with him.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for something really good, the Eisenhorn series is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Eisenhorn. Some people in
yes.
chat are recommending Cyphus Kane.
Yes. Yes. Cyphus Kane book. Fucking great.
Oh, there you go. Cyphus Kane. Pick it up. And if you're looking for a series, then start reading Eisenhorn, which is supposed to have like a live action adaptation in the near future at some point.
Yeah, that's they announced it and then they go radio silence, which I fucking hate.
I did see a recent confirmation it is still being worked on, like it's still in production.
Is it like it's not going to be Warhammer Plus, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's going out.
Good.
I think it's going out somewhere else. I don't know though. I don't know. I hope it's not Warhammer Plus.
Yeah, because like something like that would be massive for the hobby, and if they put it on a fucking thing, it would just be stupid, you know.
There's a Tehenwin model too. What? I didn't. Hold on. Did you hashtag Lorebeards it? I don't see it.
I'm not seeing a Tehenwin model.
Yeah, I want to see a Tehenwin model. I love Tehenwin models. Not that I'm biased or anything, but okay. He said that he 3D printed it, but he hasn't posted it yet. Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing that in a future episode. Speaking of future episodes, well, okay, let's do this first. Nathan, is there anything else you wanted to talk about today? We have been going now for, if you include the pre-show, we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm still feeling good if there's something else you wanted to talk about.
Let's just go on Warhammer community just in case, because obviously there's been a lot being revealed by Warhammer in general. It's just they always do those half-second things. Oh yeah, very important public service announcement. The old school Skaven characters are on a made-to-order basis at the moment.
That is true.
The old Vermin Lord, Thanquil and Bone Ripper, the original Queek, Ikit's old model, even Nurglich and the original Deathmaster.
Yeah, the Lustria Nurglich model. Yeah. You could pick up a Council of 13 member. You could pick up a playable Council of 13 member.
And that's the only Poxrat mount. Like that's the only Poxrat mount we ever got.
Stupid because the Poxrat was playable all the way through the end of Fantasy. Playable. So it was playable for 3 editions, and they never released a mini for it.
It's important that you guys, if you're collectors, because they haven't even said how long it's here for. It's usually like 2 weeks. So like, if you want to pick up some real classic minis, I would suggest doing this ASAP. Like they're a little expensive though. I'm not too keen. Like.
Yeah, but always check with your local hobby stores because you can get significant discounts, like at least 20% off with your local hobby stores.
Fucking Nurglich is $32.50. This is sterling. That's pounds. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Make sure you get from your local hobby store because 20% off, that would be a more reasonable price.
Yeah, the Vermin Lord's only £24.
How is the Vermin Lord cheaper than Nurglich? What the fuck?
Does the Skaven army book for Age of Sigmar...
Nurglich is 2 minis though. Now that I think about it, it's 2 minis, not one, because he comes with this little banner.
Banner bearer, yeah. But like, it's like, I think it's just because of the Poxrat. Are Poxrat still available in Age of Sigmar or?
No.
You can't mount them. No.
No, you can only play with minis that exist in AOS. We don't have the fantasy system where they would give you options that didn't exist and you just had to make them yourself.
No, I mean Thankful and Bone Ripper, the classic ones. That's only £30. That's a really good one.
Yeah, there are no mount options now that I think about it in AOS, which is so sad. Like, we don't have War Litters, we don't have Pox Rats, we don't have Brood Horrors. Like, they're all gone.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like GW love spotting stuff. I think the new contrast paints also went on to order now, didn't they?
They did, yeah. And they're pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people post. They look fucking awesome.
I need to start using contrast. I haven't. Like, I've been too stubborn to touch it, but like I really need to kind of quit being a bitch.
I've been using it because I'm too lazy, and it's
well, that's the thing, is that it's not even that lazy though. Like it's a really good foundation, and then you just add details on it, and it looks great. Did we play Chaos Gate Demon Hunters? Do you want to answer that, Nathan?
That was I think I was streaming it for like 8 hours a day.
Yeah, we played the shit out. I don't think either of us finished it, but we did play quite a bit.
I didn't finish it on stream, but I did finish it
no spoilers.
Off stream.
No spoilers. Yeah, I'm intending on doing a full playthrough after I finish Witcher 3. It
was such a good game, and they've already been hinting at new DLC because they did a little interview with GW recently.
Yeah, which that they released at 2 completely separate times, which was super weird. Like they showed it, I think, during the Skulls event, and then they put it on their YouTube channel like 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "Look, more news!" I was like, "Wait, we've already seen this."
It's so interesting that we finally have a good 40K game. Like, holy crap! It's been a while.
Well, and hey, there's only more coming. I mean, we got Space Marine 2 coming out this year, somewhere. Oh shoot. Okay. So I do actually have to go now, but this has been fun. It's so great to be back. And hey, guess what, chat? We're back next week too. So next Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. British Standard Time, correct?
Let me get a calculator.
What? I forget what your time zone is. I think that's what you told me.
I am BST plus
1,
I think.
So that would be 4 p.m. your time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So So 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. 3 p.m. British Standard Time, 4 p.m. whatever the hell Nathan's time zone is. We will, and we're gonna do this. If y'all have questions that y'all want us to answer on Lorebeards, use that Twitter hashtag. Like, just go to Twitter and be like, "Hey, hashtag Lorebeards. What, like, talk about this stupid thing," or like, "What the fuck do you think about this?" Whatever. I cannot promise we will get all of them, but like, I will try and add a section where we do those. Also, feel free to submit Tale 2 Gamer stuff, which is the painting stuff. Nathan, what should they, if they have a giant pile of doom, pile of shame, what should be the theme for next week?
Troops battle line.
All right, battle line. So core troops, battle line, for whatever your factions are. If you're looking for something to paint and you're like, I don't know what to pick, there you go, paint some troops or battle line. And that's gonna be it for us. Thank you all again so much for joining us. Hope you have a great day. We'll have more to talk about next week, especially because the entire Immortal Empires map, factions wise, will be out, and maybe we'll even get to hear about some Warriors of Chaos goodies when they show where their starts are. So we'll see y'all then. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.